Was good. We are doing a collective all signs zodiac tarot reading for what to expect, general messages this week. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Tuesday. Hey, navigating freedom, Carlos. All right, I just got to see where this camera's at. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. Maybe, oh no, I can't. Never mind. Okay. All right, going from Aries right down to Pisces. General messages, what to expect. Going from Aries right down to Pisces. Hey, Tiffany, Queen Aries, Sally. All right. Aries, what can Aries expect? Hey, Crystals and Paint. Sonia. Kristen Love. All right, one more. What can Aries expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. General messages. What can Aries expect this week? 3 shuffles. Overall energy for you, Aries. Judgment in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, and the King of Cups. So there is a situation you're trying to be emotionally mature about because you're aware of the consequences or potential negative adverse reactions, I guess you could say, to some type of judgment call you made, or potentially to not making some type of judgment call. Okay. Well, Aries, I feel like you have a really powerful, successful situation happening for you where you are supported. There's a lot of growth. There is an energy here where something is there for you. There's support. This could be pertaining to a relationship. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. There could be a very positive relationship being made that is derived from some type of contract, agreement, something along those lines. This could also be a positive relationship associated with your money matters, your business, your children even. So I feel, Aries, let's just put it this way. You know how lucky you are, is what I'm feeling, to receive some type of opportunity this week, or to be supported, to have something set in stone, to have an employer say, okay, this is what we're offering you. Take it or leave it, or there could be a relationship that is offering you an abundance amount of support, and it's like you're not taking that for granted, or there could be some type of positive, successful, lucky growth happening for you when it comes to a business or your money matters. And this is you being like, okay, I'm not messing with this. I'm not being daring. I'm going to chill the fuck out and be blessed and not be stupid. Okay. Like, I feel like you're aware of what poor judgment calls would be, what consequences poor certain judgment calls would have on you in relation to some type of support, growth, or a business. So I also feel, Aries, for those of you that already had some type of support, growth, or successful business, or there's been children involved where you were trying to be mature about that, I do feel like you're in a space this week where you're basically being real with yourself when it comes to what's necessary of you and what's not. And Aries, I love you, but you do naturally have a tendency to be a little bit more daring or impulsive, or like, you know, start things impulsively or whatever it may be. And I do feel like this week you're not being as impulsive. You're not being as daring. Why? Because there's already something you're giving your full support to, or there's already an agreement being made that is very, very successful. The World card can talk about success, right? Even changing where you live, you know, in support, some type of growth, or children, or something along those lines, or a relationship that's there's a desirable outcome happening for you in relation to an agreement, contract, relationship, and you're being supported. There's a lot of growth happening for you. And this week you're in a space where you're just chilling out. Okay. You're chilling out. There is something deeper that's a bit of a muse for you, where you're willing to shut other opportunities down, because some of you are going to have an opportunity to repeat the past, or there could be an opportunity here where someone's calling you with a job offer, or an ex is calling you wondering if you'll take them back. There could be some type of opportunity you're shutting down because there's something else that is a bit of quite a huge muse for you, or inspiration to stay grounded and mature. I mean, give me a little bit more on that King of Cups. Five of Wands. Well, I feel like you're being mature when it comes to your own temper, or you're being mature when it comes to situations or people that just cause a lot of conflict and toxicity for you. A lot of you could be aware as well that someone is just coming into your life because they feel some sense of competition, or you're aware they're just wanting the fight for the fight. You know what I mean? They're wanting the drama. Or you're being very wise or mature when it comes to conflict or anything that may be causing inner conflict, or people coming back around that you intuitively feel are just jealous to some degree. Some of you, if you're receiving some type of growth or support or an agreement within a business or a company, you may intuitively know that people are jealous of you, but you're also being wise when it comes to being daring and you know, reacting to that. It's like you're not open to that. You're closing the door to anyone that has a problem with what's going on, because you are in support of what's the bigger news? Because I do feel the Hermit. Honestly, you may be in a space of just wanting to be a bit more practical for the next little while. There's also a new endeavor that you're supporting, or you're just trying to be wise or take the most practical approach. There may have also been a lot of introspection for you the past while, where you've become aware of what's important to you, where you're trying to be a little bit more grounded or practical when it comes to what needs your attention or focus, even if that requires you to be on your own for a new journey. I mean, the Hermit is essentially lighting up a new path, and sometimes he can go his own way or do that on his own without needing the validation of others. So there could be a path that you're supporting that is truly in touch with you, and you're excited to light that up. And it's giving you the inspiration to close off or put a stop to any potential conflict, competition, people that are jealous, people that are only wanting you because they're aware of competition, whatever it may be. But yeah, a lot of major support coming in for you. It could be from a mother, or a business, a company that is signing a new agreement or contract with you. Whatever this is literally the I can't think of the word, the epitome of like a desirable outcome. Okay, this is a desirable outcome. Lots of growth, lots of support, making better decisions, learning from the past, you know, taking all the past experiences and understanding cause and effect. Okay, I know what I need to be doing right now. And it's working out in your favor. I mean, give me one more for the Empress. The Lovers. One more. And the Two of Cups. So some of you, this is definitely a partnership. You may have had to make a choice between two, or there was a major choice that you made at some point in time in relation to a partnership. Okay, so some of you could have chose to be with someone or stay with someone, or you chose, there's some type of very powerful partnership that is working out in your favor. So I do kind of get the sense that it is more intimate, but if it's not, Aries, this is you receiving a lot of respect for making good choices within a company or within your business, whatever it may be. You're being respected for positive choices or better choices. Okay, but so I feel like you're receiving a lot of support from a partner, or there's some type of partnership. Again, it doesn't have to be intimate, who respects better choices, or they just think you're great. You know what I mean? It could be a company, whatever it may be. And you're feeling quite happy with some type of choice. So I like it. Something here is also set in stone, and if there has been any residual past energy with exes or whatever, I feel like that's kind of like, that's a wrap. You're onto something very powerful, and it's working out in your favor. I like it. Very, very, very good. Very good. Sorry, guys, it's been a long day. Very good reading, okay? You could be dealing with a Virgo. We have a Taurus, Gemini, or Libra. Oh yeah, what oracles was I going to use tonight? Should we even do oracles? Where's my other ones? Oh, I'm going to pull that. I like these ones because they have some specifics. All right, give me some cards here for Aries. So we have financial gain, usually coming from something you did, okay? So we have some type of financial gain, and we also have family matters. Family sorrow, okay? great happiness, an older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. Okay, that's random. So for some of you, Aries, maybe this is a family confrontation of some sort, or there's been some type of toxic family enmeshment in the past, where there's a family situation that could be pertaining to an older man that is, it kind of feels like a family that is feeling some type of deep sorrow because of great happiness, gaining financial gain pertaining to something you did. So, because there's too much positive energy here for you, family sorrow. Some of you have like family or people that you may have cut off, like feeling the loss of you. I mean, today, astrologically, I remember hearing Patrick Arundel talk about like how like, I think it was today or tomorrow, how like family, or like there's a lot of deep reflection on family and what's important, and people may be struggling to connect with people in the way they want to, but it's like trying to take into account reality versus the heart space. So that could be showing up for you this week. But yeah, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Virgo, Taurus. Could be any sign as far as elements go. Aries gets special treatment. Actually, Aries usually gets the shortest readings, in fact. I tend to get longer and longer. But I love Aries, but I don't give anybody special treatment. All right, what do we have for Taurus? What do we have for Taurus, universe, spirits, and guides? I find my Aries readings are more to the point. Always. I find Aries so easy to read for. I love them for that. All right, what do we have for Taurus? Hey, Ella, Divine Empress. Is that bright enough? I've been trying to get this brighter. I've been finding it's darker than normal. I don't know. All right, what do we have for Taurus? What can Taurus expect this week? Keep in mind, these are general, so take what resonates, check what doesn't. Also, it is for your sun, moon, and rising, okay? You can read it for any placement. All right, 3 shuffles. What can Taurus expect this week, universe, spirits, and guides? Overall energy for you, Taurus, Page of Pentacles in reverse, the High Priestess, Page of Swords in reverse. So there is a little bit of a delay happening for you when it comes to your follow through. Why? Because you're very short-term focused on something that either has you nervous or skeptical or hesitant. Okay, a lot of you are in a space of trying to figure something out. The High Priestess can be like trying to discover or figure out a mystery, and she's trying to listen to her intuition when it potentially pertaining to bad news you may have had financially, or if you are dealing with a situation that has you a bit nervous, like what are they truly thinking? What's going on here? Because there could be a lot of like spying or assuming or feeling like something is going on behind the scenes. And it could be pertaining to your work, or it could be pertaining to a financial situation. 2 of Wands. Do you know what this feels like? Well, Taurus, let's just put it this way. I feel like you sense, there's something here you're sensing that is not going to work out in your favor, either with a person, with an original goal. There's something here that you're expecting is not going to work out in your favor, or you're expecting a loss of some sort, or you're expecting someone to be super critical on something you did potentially that was negative. You're kind of expecting it, and it has you in a space of like wanting to like dodge a bullet a little bit. I do feel like you're in a bit of damage control energy here, Aries, where you rather try to or not Aries, sorry. I do feel like you're in a bit of a damage control, Taurus, where you're trying to, bail before you feel the repercussions. Some of you guys, if this is in relation to a job or financial situation, you're in a space of trying to, find a new job, or you're sensing your company is not impressed with you, or you're being overly critical on the people you work with. Because there's something here where you're not wanting to be overlooking, or you're not wanting to be, I don't know, it kind of feels a bit not toxic, but it does feel like there's a problem you're running from. I'm just going to be honest. Because this is saying that you're not being emotionally mature about some type of toxicity, or something that may have created a lot of heaviness within a situation, either financially or in a workplace, or with a family situation even. And whatever this is causing you to try to look for something else. I don't know, because your intuition is telling you this is not going to work out in my favor, or they're going to be super critical of me. And it has you kind of like on the fence about, I don't know, you're having a hard time supporting something that is making you feel deeply oppressed. But that oppression is coming from feeling like things aren't working out in your favor. Now, again, that's kind of common sense. But I don't know, there's something where it does feel like you're almost running from it. Just because the King of Cups is in reverse and the Devil, Two of Wands. Give me more than the Two of Wands. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Magician. It's kind of like that song just came to my head. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to run. Cause you ain't, what's that song? What's that, Texas, or that poker song? Gotta know when to hold 'em. I'm not gonna sing it for you. It's like you're in a space of like, I gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to run. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Magician. I feel like you're trying to manifest basically anything that would give you some type of financial security, maybe climbing the social ladder to some extent. Because financial insecurity has you trying to be intelligent or use your resources available to you. However, it also has you kind of like, it does feel like you're bailing on people though, or you're wanting to bail. Some of you guys, maybe you're wanting to bail on a relationship because there's temporary hard times. Now, the Page of Pentacles in reverse can be that bump in the road, right? You and your partner are dealing with financial stresses where it's causing you to want to run, or it's causing you to want to like be a little bit more selfish financially. Two of Wands, kind of wandering or daydreaming about like, you know, just taking care of yourself and bailing. I don't know, it kind of feels like there's something you're just wanting to bail on because you're either not wanting to show empathy, or you're not wanting to take emotional accountability for something that you may have did. Okay. Now, mind you, if you are the feminine, you could reverse this if you wanted to. I'm just reading it how I feel it. But this King of Cups is trying to avoid taking accountability for some type of sabotage that he brought into a situation. And this High Priestess is in a space of like, okay, I feel like you're in a space of like using your intuition to, you know, bail on something. You're not speaking on it. You're just in daydream energy of, I should just kind of take care of myself and forget this person or forget this job or something like that, or be a little bit more, you know, selfish or something like that. Now, again, take it how you need to take it. I do get that. I mean, give me a little bit more on this Devil. What caused that? The Lovers. Shit. And the Sun. So there was a shadow, okay? There was a major choice made on your part, Taurus, or this masculine's part. Now, mind you, the masculine, maybe you're the one dealing with this masculine. There was a major choice made that revealed someone's shadow, and it's encouraging someone to transmute their own shadow, but someone is running from that. Like, for example, when people do things and it was stupid or they fucked up, that pain of the consequence is what needs to kind of have us go within and say, okay, the fuck, you know what I mean? Like there's some type of sabotaging moment, whether that was adultery, whether that was, you know, addiction, whether someone didn't want to drop something, whether someone, you know, made themselves seem powerless. Something here was brought to the light, associated with someone's toxicity, and someone is running from it. And it has someone else choosing a new path. Now, this could be all you too, and saying, do you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to take care of myself. When in reality, there's some type of shadow side that needs to be addressed and someone's running from it. So, now, whoever this High Priestess is, I do feel like she kind of knows that she's being manipulated, but she's just kind of keeping her thoughts to herself. But there is a King of Cups here. Now, again, that could be you too, so take it how you need to take it. I usually read the bottom row as, you know, it is what it is. But it's like, I feel like this High Priestess knows she's being manipulated. Two of Wands. Someone's on the fence to go another way because they don't want to deal with their shadow, essentially. And it could be pertaining to a love connection or a very powerful choice that created a lot of heaviness or sabotage within a situation. This King of Cups in reverse, the Devil, that's someone that has a lot of control issues. They're very good at manipulating people, saying all the right things. But this High Priestess can see right through that. But I feel, Taurus, you may be the one running from it, or again, you're dealing with someone that is trying to run from how they sabotage the situation with you. And you're trusting your intuition when it comes to something it's not going to work out, or you're not really expecting too much. You could be dealing with a Virgo. We have Gemini, Capricorn, or Pisces. Could be any sign as far as elements go. So we do have November. Something could have happened in November. We have bread. A period of prosperity and abundance. Karma. So someone's dealing with heavy karma. Crib. A birth or conception of a child or enterprise. I don't know. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. I don't know. Did someone make a choice to have a baby with someone else? I mean, that's really dramatic, but Flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. So you could be the one, you know, that's recognizing that someone else is on the run of their own shadow with you. Either way, this whole connection is birthing within you a desire to keep your thoughts to yourself, stay low key, not really reveal too much, because you know you're being watched, or someone else knows they're being watched with you. So again, I do feel like there's someone else involved here, whether it's a boss, a lover, an ex. Someone here is choosing to stay low key. But someone is definitely running from their problems. Some of you, this King of Cups in reverse is abandoning this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, who now is, yes, being mean and she's being a bitch, but that's because she doesn't have a man to support her in order to tend to all the responsibilities, and now she feels like she can't tend to all the responsibilities she must take care of because she doesn't have the financial means, or she has to work all the time. And this King of Cups could be holding that against her, where it's just causing her to want to be greedy. Some of you had a baby with someone who's choosing to run too, because there could have been a major choice that created some type of bondage in relation to intimacy. It could have been with a Leo. And this High Priestess could be intuitively aware that she's dealing with a deadbeat or someone that is just full of shit, where now she's starting to be, okay, maybe I should be smart about the fact that this person isn't taking care of me or paying child support or attending to me in any way. Because yeah, sometimes the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be manipulative, but sometimes she is also just selfish and mean. Why? Because she's fucking tired and she has to work her ass off, and she doesn't have that King of Pentacles to support her to be able to tend to all the responsibilities, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is one generally tending to all the responsibilities with care. Why? Because the King of Pentacles can support her to do so. So I don't know. This Queen of Pentacles is being quite bitchy and starting to want to be selfish, because this King of Cups is running from some type of choice that created toxicity or bondage within the relationship. So, and this High Priestess feels like, okay, I need to be smart now, because this person is manipulating me, or they're not following through with financial promises, or they're not even making plans to see their kid. I don't know, something like that. So now it doesn't have to be relation to babies. It's just that dynamic where someone made a major choice that created some type of heaviness, bondage. High Priestess is realizing, okay, that needs to be taken care of, and that King of Cups is running from the problems. You could be dealing with a Leo. We also have Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, or Pisces. Could be any sign though, as far as elements go. All right, Gemini. And if that's your story, if that Queen of Pentacles, if that's your story with the King of Cups, yeah, I would fucking take your bag and run. What's that song called? You know what I'm talking about. Gotta know when to fold them. Know when to walk away, know when to run. Cause you ain't coming. I don't know. I used to sing that song a lot when I was younger, and I can't even remember it. All right, Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? That could be like knowing when to like fight for a man and knowing when to just drop him like he was the most expired milk that you didn't want to digest. All right, what do we have for Gemini? What's good, Little Whisper? Sage Moon Gem. Know when to fold them. That's right. That should be on a shirt. I like that. All right, what do we have for Gemini? Probably is. One more. What do we have for Gemini? What can Gemini... Kenny Rogers, yep. What can Gemini expect this week? Gambler, that's it. You're right. 3 shuffles. What do we have for Gemini this week? What can Gemini expect? Woo, overall energy. You guys got this last night too. So major wish fulfillment. So your overall energy, you're feeling quite satisfied, happy, a wish fulfillment. There's some type of progress being made here. Strength is in reverse though. So let's just put it this way. There's some type of wish granted, or, you know, there's emotional satisfaction, but you're still in a space of trying to keep the boat moving because you're not fully confident in the progress that's being made. Okay, so you're making progress, whether that's, you know, trying to lose weight, trying to, I don't know, I'm going to clarify that 9 of Cups, but there's some type of desire or wish that you had that is fulfilled, but you may be still dealing with fears or feelings of being inadequate or confidence issues, or you're not fully confident in whatever this wish fulfillment is. We do have 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 9 of Pentacles in reverse came out for you guys yesterday too. 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the Temperance in reverse. All right. Well, we all know the 6 of Swords, Gemini talks about moving on to calmer waters, right? Smooth sailing, or trying to, like, 6 of Swords is essentially our spirit guides. You know, it's where we feel like, okay, I need to go this way. The waters are calmer this way. And it can be a bit of like out of sight, out of mind type of energy, or wanting to put things out of sight, out of mind. But it's essentially like our spirit guides, how we're guided to stay away from a situation, you know, wanting to move away from rough waters. And then we have Temperance in reverse, which is like the rough waters, okay? Or there's some type of Temperance in reverse is like environmental factors that cause us to not trust our own intuition, or there's something here where something is out of balance, okay? Either your environment isn't matching your wishes fulfilled, okay? Or you may be Temperance in reverse, because this is having a hard time creating in the way you feel needs to be created, because there's some type of imbalance, or you're clashing with someone, or there's a wish granted. For example, like maybe you got a job, but you're having a hard time feeling confident in that job because there's some type of imbalance at work, something along those lines. For some of you, Gemini, you may feel like someone is still very dependent on you, okay? Or there's some type of codependence going on that's creating a lot of arguing around shared resources, or that you still feel attached and dependent on maybe old debts, or you're feeling insecure in the stability of something. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse can talk about starting from the bottom as well. So there could be some insecurity you have on the stability of the situation. For those of you within an environment, whether like frequently, whether it's an environment at work, an environment at your home, whatever it may be, that seems to be creating a lot of it seems to be creating a lot of I mean, just clarify the Temperance in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So because the Temperance in reverse can talk about a misunderstanding, having some type of discord with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So there's some type of misunderstanding or discord, a difference in values between you and people in your environment at work or at home or whatever it may be, in regards to your motives, okay? Especially for the feminines, you can reverse if you need to, but someone here is not in agreement when it comes to your motives, or the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can kind of throw herself into her work, or be overly invested in climbing the social ladder, be overly invested in however they make their money, right? And there's some type of like misunderstanding or confusion associated with your motives when it comes to your money, when it comes to maybe someone feels like you're not tending to them enough. There does seem to be a little bit of a dispute, Gemini, a family, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse can be like dispute around shared resources, a family dispute, inheritance matters, things of that nature. I mean, that's really dramatic. Something here is like, let's just put it this way. Someone has insecurities when it comes to the stability of something you're doing. You're perceiving it to be a wish fulfillment. This is what I wanted. Someone else does not feel the same way. Okay, it doesn't have to be in relation to love. Someone feels like, okay, well, you must be, manipulating, or you must be, I don't know, like someone has a issue with how you're tending, or what responsibilities you're tending to and what not, and why you're doing that. Okay, if that makes any sense. And there does seem to be a bit of an argument or a clash here between you and someone else that is not understanding. And you're in a space of like, okay, you may fear this energy, or if this is a work situation, for example, you may be aware of like, okay, I'm just going to stay away from you because you have a problem with me. Or if this is a home situation, this is you becoming aware that you're unable to make someone feel a certain way. So you're just choosing to stay away from it. So there's something here you're desiring to stay away from because you're aware that you're unable to prove to this person your character or whatever it may be. So you're just choosing to put it on the back burner and do your thing and focus on your goals. There's some type of misunderstanding or clash you're having with someone that has insecurities in regards to your motives, especially if you're the feminine. You can reverse it if you're the masculine. And yeah, there's a dispute around, are you superficial, or are you just like, why are you starting a new business, or why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But it does seem to be a misunderstanding. I mean, give me more on the Nine of Cups, because that has you with the Four of Swords in reverse and the Devil. Honestly, your emotional satisfaction within yourself or situation may be causing you to be ignoring or being mentally resilient on a situation to the extreme. Like the Four of Swords in reverse talks about being mentally resilient or ignoring something, okay? So you may be ignoring this devil energy, or you're ignoring sabotaging a situation, and your emotional satisfaction within or your emotional independence has you feeling content or able to do that. You're ignoring something. Just give me one more in the Nine of Cups. With the Four of Cups. Ignoring. I mean, why does that make you feel so satisfied? I mean, because whatever this is that you're ignoring is making you feel satisfied to do that. I mean, the Four of Cups, you may be feeling like someone's just focused on the negatives of you, or you may be feeling like someone's trying to compare you to other people and what they do, or something like that. You may be finding like, I don't know, you may just straight up not care. You're just in a space of like, I'm just going to stay away from you. You may have somewhat of apathy toward the situation. So I don't know, Gemini, there's someone that's disputing. Give me a little bit more on this person and their intentions with the King of Cups. Well, so this person is coming from a good place with the Ace of Wands. So Gemini, this person is trying to come from a good place. From their perspective, they're in a space of like showing up in concern, okay? Or trying to trust their intuition in order to inspire some type of action, being daring when it comes to their initiative, when it comes to how or what they support you with, whatever it may be. Like someone is actually trying to support you or care for you or love you and they're trying to like inspire something. If it's a partner, it's someone that may be trying to inspire some type of intimacy or sex or something like that. If it's a friend or anything like that, someone is thinking with their heart when it comes to trying to inspire you with something. So maybe you feel, Gemini, someone is trying to, there's some type of dispute or misunderstanding when it comes to your motives with something. But whatever it is, you feel like it's unnecessary. You feel like, I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just going to ignore that. I'm just going to ignore that. Because you may feel somewhat powerless when it comes to someone comparing you to other people, or when it comes to someone focused on the negatives of you. You're just seeing it as, well, you're missing an opportunity to be friends with me or to understand me, and you feel inadequate to be able to prove to this person your character. So it's almost like you feel like you need to be resilient in a situation that is misunderstanding you. That's the easiest and most, that's the easiest way I can explain this. So someone seems to be misunderstanding you. It's not coming from a bad place. It is coming from a place of wanting to care for you, wanting to love you, wanting to be there for you, or inspire some type of action. It's creating some type of dispute or argument. You're in a space of like, okay, well, I'm just going to stay away from you, because how am I supposed to prove to you that that's not who I am? And you're feeling the need to be resilient in situations that have you feeling powerless or feeling compared to other people or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. It kind of feels like, Gemini, you're going to be dealing with someone that's misunderstanding you, and you're just in a space of like putting it out of sight, out of mind, because it's like you don't feel like you need that, whoever this person is, you don't feel like that you need their validation, right? The Nine of Cups in reverse is someone that would need that validation, or it would bother them. There's something here that doesn't really bother you when it comes to a dispute. So we have you are highly thought of, Gemini. A good fortune. Okay. Stepping into a new experience. New opportunities, possibilities, paths are opening up for you. And we have Throne, position of authority. Some of you guys are getting a new position of authority in career. So some of you guys are getting like a promotion or a new position of authority. I don't know, maybe a family member or a friend sees you in a position of authority, or you tell them like, oh, I got promoted, or oh, I'm moving to the next level, or oh, I'm doing this now. And people are trying to speak to you. Well, Gemini, you really should think about that before you take it. Or Gemini, do you know how hard that's going to be? Oh, Gemini, you know what I mean? You're never going to have time to take care of your kids. Oh, Gemini, you know what I mean? Someone's coming in like, oh, Gemini, because you got a lot of positive cards here when it comes to new opportunities in work, career, receiving a position of authority, new opportunities, possibilities, paths are opening up, stepping into a new experience, good fortune, and then you are highly thought of. So, I don't know, I feel like there's a wish fulfilled with you to be resilient, from being resilient. Some of you guys, this wish fulfilled is pertaining to a period where you were resilient, okay, and obsessively ignored other things to focus on something else, okay? I don't know. Someone is coming into your life this week in hopes to support you or care for you or get you to second guess something, and you're just like, buddy, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy. You know what I mean? You're feeling pretty good about it. All right, I hope that makes sense. But you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. We also have Leo. We also have a full moon in Capricorn coming up in a couple days, which we all know rules, Capricorn rules the 10th house of career, work, reputation, you know, status, all that good stuff. So there could be something happening around the full moon in Capricorn. Actually, Capricorn energy was coming out for a lot of people. All right, I mean, depending on where you have Capricorn at in your houses, but pay attention. All right, what do we have for Cancer? What can Cancer expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. What can Cancer expect this week? Cancer. And by the way, guys, I know it's annoying that my ads play during my live. Like, obviously, I'm going to have ads in my live, but ads during my live, I never had that. But YouTube no longer gives me the option to, like, normally it would say before, like, okay, unclick mid live ads or something like that. But now it just gives you automatic, manual, or something like that. And nothing is giving me the option. Like, I haven't figured out yet how to not have ads during my live, because that is annoying for me too. So, but just so you know, I'm going to try to figure that out. All right, what do we have for Cancer? What can Cancer expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. 3 shuffles. The Hangman, 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Overall energy for you, Cancer, Knight of Cups, 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Well, you seem to be inspired to connect with something or someone. This could be inspired because you received an invitation to do so. Okay, however, whatever you're receiving an invitation from, whether your heart is inviting you to do something or whether you're literally receiving an invitation, you're in your head about whether you should or not because of some type of betrayal. Okay, so there's a lot of indecision coming from you, desiring some type of truce, but also not sure if you can let go of some type of betrayal. So you're torn. There's extreme torment around whether you should accept an invitation. And again, even for some of you on a personal level, if it's not relating to other people, this could be your heart pulling you a certain way, but not sure if you should do it, right? There's extreme mental torment happening for you. Ace of Cups in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, and the 9 of Wands. Well, there does seem to be an ongoing battle. So if you're dealing with a specific person, it doesn't have to be a partnership type of energy. It could be anyone. There is some type of ongoing battle going on where there's not really a whole lot of communication. So there is someone here that's quite defensive, or they got their guard up. The 9 of Wands can signify this is something that's been going on for quite some time. Ace of Cups in reverse. I don't know, there's not a whole lot of reciprocation going on between you and someone else. Because this is someone that's doing, if you're dealing with a person, I'll read it individually too, but if you're dealing with a person, this is someone that is persistently not expressing their fears or not expressing bad news or not expressing, they're not expressing why they're not communicating with you or why they're not reaching out, or there's just this ongoing battle. Like there's someone here that's quite defensive. And I mean, maybe that's why you're torn in regards to whether you should reach out to someone or connect with someone. Because there has been some type of ongoing battle and not a whole lot of communication. And whoever, if it is a person, this is someone that, again, they have their defense up pretty strong. Give me one more on that 9 of Wands with the Temperance. So this is someone that may be sensing the contradictions within a situation. And they're also trying to be patient. Like this is someone that is open to create or heal the situation, but there's also issues that they're having, okay? So there is someone a bit defensive. They're willing to heal or create something with you, or heal the friendship or something along those lines. This could also be a child, by the way, Page of Wands in reverse. It could be a child that is starting to become frustrated, or they're starting to feel like, okay, something's off, okay? Or, well, you told me this and now you're not doing it, so something like that. But it's like basically someone's in a space of not really giving you too much because they sense the contradictions within, what? The 7 of Swords. Maybe with your plan. Maybe you're trying to plan something with someone and they're kind of irritated creating. I don't know, there's someone here that feels like they have to be calculated. For some of you, Cancer, there's someone here that is trying to make it work, because the Nine of Wands is not someone that's giving up, but they're also someone that is trying to, like, it's almost that awkward invitation, or someone that's reaching out, but they're not being honest with you. Why? Because they feel like you don't deserve my honesty. In the Seven of Swords, he's leaving behind, he's carrying that Five of Swords, right? He's carrying the Five of Swords. Five of Swords talks about past betrayal, or, you know, feeling like they can't be transparent because there's some type of disagreement that the two of you have. It's like there's someone here that feels like they can't be transparent, and they're just saying whatever they need to say to keep the peace between the two of you, or be patient about a situation. They feel like they have to be calculated. And even though they're there willing to work on it, it's very defensive. It's like that very awkward defensive type of connection, or it's a conversation with your child where you can tell they're not impressed, but they're going to go along with it, but they're not happy you cancel plans with them, for example. It's like something like that. So I feel like your heart is pulling you in a certain way, but you have a lot of mental torment about it, because you're feeling hurt too. For example, if there is something in relation to matters of the heart where there was some type of heartbreak or something, it feels like both parties has their story where you're in a space where you're not sure whether you should share your pain with this person, or share your mental torment with this person. You're not sure if you should share your thoughts about a situation, for one, because you still feel hurt or torn, and two, you may feel like you don't really have enough information to make a proper decision. Like, for example, if it's a child, maybe you want to make plans with them, but you're still waiting on things. Or if it's a friend or lover, you're not 100% sure if this person even wants you in their life. And even though you're sitting here with feeling some type of betrayal yourself, you're in a space of, should I be the one to have make some type of truce with this person? Your person's in a space of, if you do communicate with this person, Cancer, they're having a hard time believing what you say. If it's a child, this is someone that feels like you have a tendency to make false promises. Or if it's an adult or something more intimate, this is someone that feels like you have a tendency to be fake, or, you know, just, they don't really trust what you're saying, is the best way I can explain that. But I feel like this is one of those situations where there's two sides of the story. Okay, and you're in a space of like, should I be the one to make the first move? And again, it kind of feels like your heart may be inviting you. Sometimes the Knight of Cups can be a literal invitation, but I feel like your heart is inviting you to address something, but you're not sure if you should. So Nine of Wands, there's someone here very defensive. On a personal level, Cancer, I feel like honestly, Cancer, on a personal level, it does feel like your fountain, okay, your muse, your fountain of creation has been a bit, it's been dry, okay? It's been dry, but there also has been this ongoing battle of trying to create something. And with the Nine of Wands, Cancer, you may feel like you're pounding cement, trying to connect with something, trying to do something, trying to start a business, or trying to redo things. It's like on a personal level, you may feel like you're hitting a wall, I suppose, but you're still acting from a place of being strategic or doing what you feel makes sense. But there's not really a whole lot of enthusiasm backing it up because the well went dry, okay? Your fountain went dry. The muse isn't there, okay? So on a personal level, you may be trying to connect with things in hopes of, honestly, I don't really feel like it's in hopes of creating something. It's more so trying to work with what you got, really. That's the Temperance and Seven of Swords. It's being strategic, working with what you got. It's been a bit of an ongoing battle. There's not a whole lot of inspiration or new ideas that's coming through to you, so you're kind of holding on to what you're used to, but it is starting to feel a little bit outgrown, okay? So you may be finding yourself feeling tired or easily fatigued, burnt out maybe, or not feeling connected or enthusiastic about something because the well went dry. Some of you guys have blocked emotions on a personal level, or again, it's just needing to find a new muse, really needing to recognize what's causing resistance or this feeling of oppression so you can let it go and bring in something new. Yeah, if you're dealing with a specific person, I feel like at best, they are just humoring the situation to keep things in balance or to keep things flowing smoothly. I mean, if it's a person, what are their deeper feelings, thoughts, or energy on the situation? World in reverse. So if it's a person, this is someone that still feels this lingering, unfinished business between the two of you. One more, their feelings, thoughts. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So if it's a person, Cancer, they straight up feel like you have a superficial view on them. They feel some type of unfinished business, but they also feel like it's hard to talk to you because you have a very superficial view on them. If it's a child, it could be a child that's a little bit disappointed because their desirable outcome of you spending money on something is not being met. I'm not saying you should go blow all your money, but if it's a child, there could be some type of undesirable outcome when it comes to not buying something, okay? All right, give me some cards for Cancer. That does not look right. Give me some cards for Cancer. We have Family Matters, December. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Arrogance, boastful, and a boastful. We have Rooster. Arrogance and a boastful person you do not want to cross. So a boastful person you do not want to cross. Where does the other one go? Happiness and well-being. Oh, some of you guys may just need to focus on your own happiness. I don't know. One more. Hat. You will need to play a different role. So, hat. Needing to play a different role. I don't know, whatever that means for you. I mean, why needing to play a different role? That's intriguing. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you, maybe you need to get a new job. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is really just going to do whatever she needs to do to get money. That's not always a bad thing. Okay, you need money to survive. But, you know, it's really up to you. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, needing to play a different role. Some of you guys may be used to giving all of your time, energy, and attention, resources, where now you're realizing, I got to stop doing this, okay, or we're going to be broke, or something like that. Like, some of you guys may need to be a bit selfish. You know what I mean? Or stop tending to something. I don't know. All right. All we have for signs is Sagittarius, but you could be dealing with any sign. So it does feel like something in the mind space or something has you torn in regards to what you want to connect to or what you want to do. It causes you to be stuck between a rock and a hard place, okay? Like your mind is wanting a specific outcome, but then when it comes to the actual reality of that situation, what's that? It's like something here may be causing a lot of tension or resistance for you. So, I don't know. All right, Leo. What do we have for Leo? Universe, spirits, and guides. All right, what do we have for Leo? What can Leo expect this week? What can Leo expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. 3 shuffles. Overall energy for you, Leo, 2 of Wands with the Strength in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. All right, so you're kind of looking to the horizon at your options. There is something that is intriguing you, whether that's pertaining to a partnership or a new path in general. The 2 of Wands is like, you know, realizing that you have a choice to choose a new path, but also, you know, lacking confidence to do that, okay? Or there's something here pushing you out of your comfort zone. You're on the fence, feeling inadequate, or someone could be, let's just put it this way, someone could be being vindictive about your lack of loyalty to a certain situation. And it's not encouraging you to want to be there any longer. And it doesn't have to be about love. It could be, you know, someone being vindictive about your lack of character within a situation too. And, you know, that could be, you know, family disagreeing with you or something like that, when you're in a space of like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, how does that make me a bad person? And it does have you more so angry and wanting to choose a new path or do something different. All right, so I do see a strong masculine energy, Leo, trying to step in and guide you, give you advice, try to mentor you to some degree. This could be someone you're married to. It doesn't have to be. Or it's just someone that, you know, is more traditional. Okay, there's someone that, you know, tends to take the more traditional approach to anger, to passions, to helping people, even something along those lines, because someone is sharing advice with you in regards to you potentially fighting a losing battle, okay, or you just having a chip on your shoulder. This is someone saying, Leo, you just have a chip on your shoulder, or Leo, you're fighting a losing battle doing this, or Leo, why do you always have to give up when you hit a little bump in the road? Things like that. The 9 of Wands in reverse can be like having a chip, but this is what someone's sharing with you. They're sharing that you're being the 9 of Wands in reverse, having a chip on your shoulder, you know, fighting a losing battle. You're just being stubborn, relentlessly stubborn, refusing to compromise. And this King of Wands is kind of opposed to something you're wanting to give up on or wanting to stand on, okay? So I don't know, I feel like you're quite angry, or your anger about something, or your fear even. I don't know, because I'm not going to lie. With the Page of Cups in reverse, Strength in reverse, you may be jumping to conclusions here about a situation. Am I saying you're wrong? No, but the way you're handling something, you may be jumping to conclusions, because you kind of immediately go into the space of like, okay, the grass is greener over there, or okay, I'm just going to choose a different path, something like that. I don't know. I hope this King of Wands isn't getting in your head. For some of you, you got someone getting in your head, because you could be being seduced to start to have a lack of confidence within yourself. And now you're on the fence in regards to, okay, well, am I choosing the right path? Lacking confidence. You're seduced to lack confidence in a new path. Now, I'm not saying this King of Wands is coming from a bad place. I mean, honestly, if someone has the ability to create doubt within you, you know, from a vague standpoint, then you probably would have failed anyway, okay? Because not one person should be able to do that without physical evidence of anything, you know what I'm saying? And not just opinion-based, because I feel like someone is sharing their wisdom, their life experience, or something like that. Someone is sharing their life experience or their wisdom, or giving you advice that you may be fighting a losing battle. It does have you opting to choose a different path. That's the best way I can explain it. So for those of you that were considering a certain path, this week you may end up choosing a different path because of someone that is, you know, sharing some type of advice with you. Now, this could be you applying wisdom that you have learned indirectly in some way, or this could be you applying wisdom or being wise when it comes to where you're fighting a losing battle at as well. So if you don't have anyone specific in your life that you're communicating with this week, this is you being wise when it comes to where you're fighting losing battles. Okay. But yeah, I feel like you're kind of dropping something here. I mean, what is Leo dropping or moving away from? The Six of Pentacles. Okay, Six of Pentacles is like our transactional relationships. You know, this could be a certain job, something you did to receive money. This could also be about generosity. You may have wanted to be generous. You may have wanted to be generous with someone. Okay, you may have wanted to invest into a charity. You may have wanted to do humanitarian work. Maybe a partner is saying, oh, why are you doing so much? You know what I mean? We're broke as it is, and you're trying to help the broke. Like it's something like that. It's like what you were originally going to do is either continue some type of transactional agreement that gave you the bare minimum, or you could have been doing some type of humanitarian work, charity work, something like that. And what you're moving toward, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So you're moving toward an energy of being all about you, all about your money, all about your bag. This energy is coming out a lot for people. It is Capricorn energy as well. We got a full moon coming up in Capricorn in the next few days. So see where you have Capricorn at in your chart. And it could be pertaining to that life event. Like for example, if you have if it's in your house of like siblings or anything like that, maybe you're moving toward being a bit more selfish when it comes to your siblings and whatever it may be, or neighbors. Maybe you were wanting to help a neighbor, right? I mean, I don't know where you have Capricorn at in your houses, and usually astrology works at your rising anyway, but maybe you were wanting to, maybe you need to be a bit more selfish. So I don't know, this is all subjective. What you're moving away from, being generous, being very helpful, or participating in a transactional agreement that did give you some element of return, but not enough to make it worth your time, potentially, depending on what your motives were there. You're moving toward the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which is withdrawing your resources, time, care, money, focusing on your money, focusing on climbing the social ladder, focusing on your work. Now, whether that's a good or bad thing is really going to pertain to why you're doing it. I mean, maybe you need to withdraw your support because people treat you like shit, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, or maybe you really do need to focus more on the stability of your family rather than helping everybody in the world. You know what I mean? Maybe you really do need, you know what I mean? So it really depends whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for you. I'm going to leave that up to you. But this King of Wands, a lot of you guys have a strong masculine energy that is supporting you choosing a new path. And again, I don't feel like they're coming from a bad place. They do seem to be coming from a wise place. And for others of you, this is just you recognizing where you're fighting a losing battle, helping people, supporting people, and maybe where you need to become a little bit more selfish. Okay? All right, give me some oracles. All we have specifically is Leo and Taurus. What do we have for Leo? Yeah, see, disappointment in a friend or lover. So you could be withdrawing your time, energy, or resources from a friend or lover. Give me some more for Leo. Stepping into a new experience. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up for you. Guaranteed success. So, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of success headed for you, stepping into a new experience, but you do have some disappointment in a friend or lover. Okay? So, all right. Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? What can Virgo expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. What do we have for Virgo? What can Virgo expect this week? 3 shuffles. Okay, damn. But we do have the Devil in reverse, though. So you're overstanding a situation. We do have the Tower, Devil in reverse, and the World. You are done. You are finito. There's some type of sudden realization, epiphany event that is creating you to... Honestly, this is kind of like one of the situations where is like a blessing in disguise. Okay, World, Devil in reverse, the Tower. You're letting the Tower fall, reasserting control, either getting closure. Some of you guys are desiring to move or relocate. The World card can talk about, you know, moving or changing place. Completion. Successful outcome and desirable outcome to reassert control and let the Tower fall. Some of you, this was your desirable, like this Tower. I have to clarify that now, okay? The Magician, to get back in your power, that is your card. Well, you and Gemini. And the 7 of Wands in reverse. So the Tower, Magician, 7 of Wands in reverse. So there's a sudden change, using your influence to give up on a situation, to not fight, not defend, letting the Tower fall. You're not standing up for yourself. You're doing something without standing up for yourself. You're doing something without feeling awkward about it or feeling like you need to like explain. Some of you are also realizing you have a disadvantage here, or there's some type of major disadvantage you're feeling you have when it comes to not feeling protected. There's something here that makes you feel like, I don't have the advantage here. I'm not feeling protected, or I'm starting to doubt this. The 7 of Wands in reverse can also talk about like falling back on your own beliefs on a situation, right? Starting to doubt yourself, right? Starting to doubt whether you, like, why are you even doing something? Why are you even fighting for something? And there's some type of sudden realization that has you realizing that there's no point in fighting for something, or you might as well just, I don't know, that sounds bad, but it's like, it does seem to be a bit invigorating. I don't know, you're using your influence or you're using your ability to, I don't know, some of you it's just a matter of like, some of you it's just a matter, like some of you are having a shift in belief, okay? There could be a change in belief you're having. Now the World card can talk about foreign affairs. Some of you, you're having some type of change in belief around foreign affairs, whether that would be beneficial for your company, something like that. King of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse. So you're feeling invigorated, you're letting the Tower fall to use your influence to kind of challenge your own belief on a situation that is making you feel like, okay, I have a disadvantage here, which is causing you to give up on a situation. You're immediately being overstanding of an issue, which I don't even feel like it's an issue. It's just more so a realization, an epiphany, an awareness that, okay, I could have my desirable outcome if I make these changes, or if I change where I live, or something like that. There's some type of epiphany. So it has you giving up on what, though? What is not Aquarius? I'm Virgo. It has you giving up on a partnership for some of you, 2 of Cups. Some of you may have been thinking with your heart when it comes to some type of partnership. It doesn't have to be love related. It could be a work partnership, whatever it may be. Some of you may have been thinking with your heart, or you may have been trying to make decisions from the heart, or something along those lines. But the 2 of Cups is what you're giving up on. So you're giving up on either making hard overhead decisions, or you're giving up on some type of specific partnership. Why? Because you feel like that's what's needed to have a desirable outcome. Now, oh Lord have mercy. So if you're dealing with a specific person, Virgo, someone here is just not smart, really. This is someone that is not smart. That is someone that is trying to constantly offload all the workload on you, offload the responsibilities on you. They try to use their knowledge on you or use their words to kind of suit whatever narrative they feel like would support them. There could be someone that is King of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. I don't know, this is someone that never has any ideas, clarity. They never know. They never know what to do. They never know what to think. If it's like more of a business relationship or even love, it doesn't matter. This is someone that tends to not have the best of intentions when it comes to what comes out of their mouth or their ideas. Like it's someone that may have ill intentions, like just not necessarily ill intentions towards you, but when it comes to their objective, it's not really derived from any type of integrity, or it's like not derived from their ethics, if they even have ethics. Like the King of Swords upright has integrity. He has a meaning and reasoning to everything that comes out of his mouth, right? He's, you know, only says what's necessary. There's someone here that kind of gives you a lot of unnecessary bullshit, tends to offload their problems on you. It's like that colleague that says, okay, you guys can take care of this, right? Virgo, you can take care of this, right? I got to do this. Or, I was up all night, blah, 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 blah. You can do this, right? It's someone that tends to just say whatever they need to say because they lack structure within themselves, or they lack a routine, or they just don't have the best of intentions when it comes to not making a final decision. For some of you, it's someone that is delaying a final decision. Maybe it's a boss that constantly avoided, you know, doing necessary paperwork. I don't know. Someone is avoiding necessary decisions and they're just not smart. Really. That's like someone not smart. It's like you could be trying to move forward and you're constantly picking up the breadcrumbs for your partner, you know, pertaining to things. I mean, it's okay to help people, but when it comes to like people not even having their basics down pat, like you have to worry about all the little things, like, you know what I mean? You have to worry that they brush their teeth. You have to worry that they, you know how to do their taxes, or, I mean, maybe that's subjective, but it's like, you don't want to be dealing with everything for your person. I don't know. Someone is just like putting everything on you, or even guiding you to make poor decisions and then not even taking accountability themselves. Either way, you're dealing with someone that is very manipulative, or they always feel like they know what to say. Okay. This is something you're wanting to give up on. On a personal level, Virgo, if you're not dealing with anybody specifically, you've been knowing something for quite some time, right? There's been some type of inner truth that you've been oppressing, and it's been causing you to have a hard time focusing. It may have been causing you to honestly be irritable, right? Sometimes when there's something bothering us within, we become more irritable and judgy or nitpicky to other people. Like, or there's been something that's been on your mind, but you may not have been sure of, was that just you, or was it the truth? You know, it may have taken you a moment to dissect that. And it's pertaining to something that you feel like you're just draining your energy into, or you feel is a major problem, or a problem that's not fixable. Some of you may have felt an inner truth that there's a problem that's not fixable, pertaining to Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords in reverse. For some of you, you may be dealing with a person that tends to you know, Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords, that's someone that creates a lot of imaginary conflict from their own emotional confusion, or this is someone that tends to get flustered, or they avoid making a choice. For some of you, you know you can't make a choice for someone. Eight of Swords in reverse. You may feel like someone was also trying to put the blame on you, or you may have felt like someone constantly avoided blame. You know, if this is a partner even, or a boss, it's strictly someone that avoids accountability. It was like, oh, I didn't know, or, oh, well, I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't know what to do. For some of you, it's just a person that just, they never know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's a Gemini thing, but I can't stand it when people put so much on you when it's literally something you can figure out. Like, it's so easy to figure it out. What do you mean? I got to do that too? I don't know. Someone could just never know what to do. Virgo, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know. For some of you, if you are the position of authority, you could be giving up on, you could be firing an employee, literally, because they just never know what to do. You always have to tell them what to do. You have to tell them the basics of everything all the time. But I'm kind of getting that. Someone never knows what to do, or they always seem so confused when it's time to take accountability, okay? Or if you're blaming them for something that is deserved, you know? So it's kind of been on your mind. And this week you're choosing to let the tower fall. You're fed up with it. You're doing it in the most quick way. It's like ripping the band-aid off. You're doing it in a very quick, invigorating way, but you're not allowing it to absorb you. Devil in reverse. World card. And it does seem to cause a desirable outcome for you. So some of you, you're just kind of ripping the band-aid off when it comes to some type of partnership. And again, that could be you. Some of you, you may just, if it's more of a colleague type of situation, you could just tell someone to like do it yourself, or you could just be like, do it yourself. That's not my position to protect. Literally, Seven of Wands in reverse can talk about like, it's not your position to protect. Like, this is your shit. I don't get credit for it. You do it. I don't know. It kind of gives me that vibe. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. We also have Aries, Scorpio, Virgo, Gemini. Could be any sign as far as elements go. I gotta go pee quickly, right, guys? I'll be right back. Peeing quickly. I also gotta grab a smoke. I forgot to bring them. Okay. Hi, Karen. Hope you guys are having a great night. Hello, Ambassador Scorpio. How are you doing tonight? So I'm going to smoke break and then we'll continue on. Hello, Christopher. This is great to see. You have a gallbladder problem right now, some health issues, and you're not feeling like dealing with him. Absolutely not with a gallbladder problem. That is very annoying. I heard high magnesium foods are great for the gallbladder. Now, mind you, I haven't actually had a gallbladder problem, but I thought I did, so I looked into it. I really wish you the best for that. Drink more water. I have water somewhere. I have water down there. But I'll drink that. Yeah, it's an iced latte made with almond milk. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, gallbladder. Avoid high fatty foods, dairy, worse. Anything inflammatory, dairy, gluten, high fat foods. And high magnesium foods are great, I believe. Hello, Erlene. Hold on, my cat's in here with me, and I have treats in here, and he's literally digging into the bin with extra treats. Okay, Bobo. Like, be for real. You could have just asked. Sorry, one of my cats likes to be in here, and he just chills the whole time. Hi, boy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Libra will be next. All right, Libra. All right, what do we have for Libra? Current bile. Storing bile. Well, I hope you get that dealt with, Karen. I know my mom had hers removed too. I hope you get that dealt with. It's very painful. Sending you lots of love and strength. All right, what do we have for Libra? It's good, Michelle. One more. What do we have for Libra? What can Libra expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. Page of Pentacles just showed its face. 3 shuffles. Some of you guys could be receiving good news when it comes to money, practical goals. Okay, this devil's coming out a lot for people tonight, but just be mindful that we do have a Capricorn full moon coming up here in a few days, okay? So 6 of Cups in reverse, the Devil, the Knight of Cups. So you do seem to be inspired to break the chains, I suppose, to something that you may feel is keeping you stuck. Okay, so whether that's childhood issues, whether that's, you know, past connections, this is you actively trying to move on from the past, whatever that is for you, like getting unstuck, essentially. The 6 of Cups in reverse can also talk about, you know, growing up, and we're always growing up. Even when we're 80, we're still developing new ways of thinking and perspectives and things like that, right? And I feel like you're kind of wanting to, I don't know, you want to move on from something, get away from something that you feel is keeping you stuck. Some of you are going to be tested as well, probably around the Capricorn full moon, with matters pertaining to the heart space, okay? Some of you have a charmer coming in. Yeah, someone is wanting to talk to you, Libra. Someone, okay, I'm not saying, someone is wanting to talk to you, okay? Someone is trying to take emotional accountability for something. They're using their head when it comes to something that may have made you feel wounded or hurt or overlooked. It doesn't have to be intimate love. This could be a mother. This could be a friend. There's someone here that is using their head when it comes to, okay, Libra is potentially feeling overlooked, feeling hurt, feeling sensitive about something, and someone is trying to take emotional accountability for something that they feel like is something that is close to your heart, or something that is kind of causing you to feel sensitive in some way, or wounded in a way where now you're kind of withdrawing your love and support and embracing self-love to some extent, which is not a bad thing. But there does seem to be someone taking emotional accountability. But see, with the Devil and the 6 of Cups in reverse, I don't know, I feel like you're having a hard time accepting someone's apology or letting someone in. I got to clarify that 6 of Cups in reverse. With the 4 of Pentacles, you're not over it. There's something here you're not over. You're holding on to a deep-rooted issue. So you have a deep-rooted issue here with someone. Again, this could be a mother, okay? Or it's Cancer energy, Capricorn energy, or someone where there's strong emotional bonds, okay? Which there was at some point a very strong or high expectation on what love is and how that love should have been expressed or acted on. There was an expectation that wasn't met at some point in time. It's caused you to hold on to deep-rooted issues, or it's caused you to feel the need to play it safe. For some of you, this is pertaining to childhood abuse, literally. Okay, 6 of Cups in reverse and the Devil talks about childhood abuse or something along those lines, or it could be pertaining to childhood shit, or it's in regards to a man from the past that may not be as innocent as he leads on, or something like that. You're realizing someone, like the rose-tinted glasses on a situation is off for you. At some point, you had high emotional expectations on someone. Someone is using their head when it comes to, okay, they overlooked your feelings in a situation. That person is coming in to emotionally take responsibility for how they overlooked your feelings. You're in a space where you're tempted to just respectfully decline, okay? I feel like you're declining someone's emotional accountability that they're taking. It's not rubbing you the same way, because at one point you expected that. It should have been the obvious is what you feel. You feel it should have been obvious. But I don't feel like you're willing to let go of that negative past, and you're just wanting to move on from it or shed it. What is this person's intentions? The 8 of Wands. So they want to see some type of progress. They want to communicate. They got lots of things they want to say to you. They're hoping to move something forward with you. They may want to travel to see you. For some of you, it's someone that wants to travel to see you. Look, 10 of Wands. So I do feel, Libra, this person's intentions are good. They are authentically trying to take responsibility for something in hopes to end the stagnancy between you guys. For some of you, if it's a family member, a sibling, a mother, they may want to travel to see you. But in your perspective, it's just not hitting the same. Now, mind you, it does hit in the way of like, well, it's about time. But at the same time, there's this devil, okay? There's this temptation to kind of, you know, hold on to those deep-rooted issues and give someone a run for their money. Okay, I feel like you're giving someone a run for their money despite them trying to take accountability. Now, that's your right to do so. I'm not judging, okay, depending on what it was. But someone is authentically trying to take responsibility. Give me more as to what specifically they're doing to try to do this. Well, I feel like they're going to express that they wasn't aware how much something bothered you, or this person may also express a poor judgment they made on repressed trauma you may have had, okay? Now, mind you, I still don't feel like they're coming towards you fully aware of how pissed you are, but they are coming towards you, making a judgment call and taking accountability for not being aware of some type of repressed trauma or something that had you pissed, like pissed. They may be trying to call you, but they feel like you're ignoring them, or they're trying to connect with you and they feel like you're ignoring them. Some of you are, because you're trying to move on from it. There's a temptation to not let go. So yeah, Libra, I do feel like this is more family related. It could be a lover or a past lover, but it does feel like a mother, like, or someone, or a sibling, or someone where you had a very deep emotional past, a history, an expectation, where now that rose tinted view is off and it just doesn't feel the same, and you don't seem to be budging. Give me one more on that Six of Cups in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. You are mad. I don't see you being very friendly. And honestly, that may be needed for the cross-watcher. People can't expect someone to just get over something because there's an apology, especially if depending on what it's about. No, people are not robots. Okay, we don't have like, oh, apology registered, rebooting. Okay, no, that's not how humans work. So if you know something is really fucked up, you better expect to be mad, have someone get mad at you, and not be all sensitive about it. Like, and honestly, that's the way you can filter people. If someone's apologizing for some serious shit and they have a problem, or they take that back, or they become a dick because you're still mad, like, obviously that apology wasn't very authentic, and clearly they still don't understand. Now, can you be mad forever, or should you be? No, not necessarily. You don't even have to accept their apology, depending on what happened, right? I don't know. I feel like someone may be trying. It does feel like a real attempt. It doesn't feel like a half-ass attempt. It does feel like an attempt that is completely mature and aware of damage they caused. So I don't see them giving up just because you're a bit mad. So it's kind of like a to be continued type of situation. But let's see. Give me a couple cards. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Give me a couple cards for Libra. We have Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Some of you guys are in cocoon mode. You will need to play a different role. Hat. Rooster. But this is the role. Some of you guys need to play an arrogant, boastful person that people should not cross. You know what I mean? Because it does say rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. But right before that was a role you need to play. Playing a different role. Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. I don't know, maybe, I'm not ever saying you should be arrogant or boastful, but sometimes you can make it known not to be crossed without any context. You know what I mean? We do that with our boundaries and what we react to, what we give into, what we defend ourselves to, all of that. So some of you guys will be playing a different role where maybe once you were the scapegoat, or you were the one that, where you usually overlook things with someone. Now you're kind of in a position where, no, now you're the one not to cross. You know what I mean? Give me a couple more for Libra. Maybe that was all you needed to know. Oh. Okay, we have September. Not sure what that's meaning for you. Someone is being stupid. Literally. We have Turkey. Someone is behaving stupid. Flute. Disappointment in a friend or lover. So I feel like there's some deep disappointment in a friend or lover. Someone's being stupid. September, things may cool out. I don't know. But you may need to play a role where you are someone that comes across as not to be crossed. And Libras, I know you well. I know you well. And I know that you can be a people pleaser. Okay. I love you. I have Libra in my 7th house, so I can relate to Libras when it comes to like my long-term relationships and stuff like that. But sometimes y'all can just kind of take it easily. Not take it, maybe I shouldn't say that, but maybe that's not the best way to explain it. You can kind of play it cool, I guess you could say. But I don't know. I feel like maybe you need to be a little bit more assertive. Especially if someone's feeling entitled or pushy, demanding, or has some type of double standard. I don't know. All right, Scorpio, moving on to you. Is the chat not working? I see ya. All right, Scorpio. What do we have for Scorpio? What can Scorpio expect this week? What can Scorpio expect? 3 more this week. One more. Three shuffles. Ooh, overall energy for you, Scorpio. Queen of Cups, the Star, Ten of Swords in reverse. You could be connecting with a Libra, okay? But because someone showed up in their energy similar. But you are kind of putting your problems behind you. You're feeling inspired to connect with something in a very deep, unconditional way. Now, this could be in relation to you trusting your intuition or being, feeling inspired to, take care of your health, because some of you guys are in a space of, wanting to protect your health or wanting to avoid the worst when it comes to your health. You're kind of in a, self-rejuvenating space. Some of you guys are inspired as well to connect with someone unconditionally or give your love or support or understanding to someone. Some of you are being very loving and supporting with yourself as well. This is very, on a personal level, this is very spiritual. This is having full trust in yourself, your journey, giving yourself grace, understanding, not allowing yourself to some of you, if you are being bitched at, for example, by someone, you seem to be overlooking it, or you seem to be able to separate yourself from it because you're in a space of having the ability to love yourself or give yourself grace, or it's like having someone bitch at you and it's not hitting, it's not registering because you love yourself. It's that type of energy. But you're in full connection with yourself. A lot of you guys are creatively pursuing some type of new, I don't know, this feels more personal. This feels more like self-care. This feels more like a hot bath, you know, putting your problems behind you to relax, to, you know, sit and enjoy your coffee. Like the star I like to depict as like just your connection with the divine, your connection with God, how you connect with every moment of your day, how you enjoy your coffee, how you enjoy getting yourself dressed, how you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's like you're creating a wave of sparkles for yourself. Some of you, because you've actively healed yourself, you're in a more open space for someone else as well. Okay? So you could be in a more open and loving space, or a more overlooking space where maybe someone is not treating you the best, but you're in a space where you're willing to overlook it and kind of take it because you're showing compassion. You're showing compassion to someone. Magician, Tower in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. Why is that Seven of Swords in reverse? Three of Wands in reverse. So if you're dealing with a person, there's someone here that is being very honest and potentially confessing why they walked away, or why they're lacking optimism in waiting, or how they may lack a long-term plan between the two of you, or why they walked away. Like, even if it's a family member, it could be someone that's saying they walked away because, you know, they didn't know how to deal with the situation, something like that, or they didn't know what else to do, and the situation was draining them and they were trying to stay in their power. Okay, like something along those lines. There's someone that's being very honest about why they walked away, or why they got sick of waiting, or how they didn't really know what to expect. Like, someone may have walked away in hopes something would have happened and it didn't really work out the way they had hoped. There was some type of failed attempt. And this is someone that is in survival mode. This does feel like someone that's in a bit of a survival mode, energetically or literally, where they're just trying to avoid a disaster, and they're doing everything in their power to stay on top of their game, or doing whatever they can to, you know, make money, or be resourceful, or get a job, or whatever it is. It's like there's someone here trying to be resourceful. For some of you, this is someone that, it could be a friend, a family member, a lover, that tried to use their skill, talent, or ability to turn over a new leaf in hopes that it would have created some type of future, and it didn't really work out. And for others of you, there could have been someone that expressed something in a very direct way and that didn't work out. Like, someone may have felt like they tried to get something off their chest and it didn't work out. Either way, someone's being very honest, like, man, this is not working out for me, or I'm trying to use my skill, talent, or ability to avoid a disaster here. It's not working out. Or I tried to be honest with you and it didn't work out. So now I'm going to do everything in my power to avoid situations that drain me. And that's why I walked away. Okay, someone's being super blunt. Okay. And they're also, if it's someone you're not in connection with, they're also kind of in a walking on eggshells energy, in a way that they feel like they can't be destructive. They feel like they can't communicate in a destructive way. On a personal level, this is someone that has a very powerful conscience. So regardless of how you see them and how they're behaving, it is someone that has a very powerful conscience, where they have a self-filter. This is someone that has a filter, that even if they hate you, or even if they're mad at you, or even if they're mad at themselves, or even if they're disappointed in themselves, there is some type of filter system this person has. And that probably is why this person doesn't manifest what they want, because there's a little bit of indirectness. This is someone that tends to intellectualize their experiences, or they're trying to avoid a disaster, where even if this person is expressing something that has them disappointed and why they walked away, they're still not fully expressing that disappointment, because for whatever reason they feel like they have to walk on eggshells with you. I'll read this on an individual level too, but if you're dealing with another person, they're being very honest, but there's still an element of like not being destructive with their communication because they feel like they have to be smart with you. I don't know. So I don't know if in the past this person's vulnerability or honesty or openness worked against them, like even on a small scale where you have a partner and they said something and you immediately jump to, okay, well, obviously that didn't work because blah, 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 blah. So this person tends to like filter themselves a little bit when it comes to their own disappointments because they don't really feel like you're willing to sit with them in that moment. They feel like you're going to jump to conclusions. Or something like that. Like someone here is filtering themselves because they feel like you will not sit with them in that moment. You're just going to try to immediately come up with a solution, which I get you. Some of you may do that out of love, or they feel like you're immediately going to try to use it against them. Because for some of you, I feel like this person may feel like you tend to use their honesty against them, depending on the situation. But if you're dealing with a person, I feel like they're going to be honest with you when it comes to why they walked away or why they're no longer manifesting something. But their honesty is still being filtered, okay? Because they're trying to stay in their power and they may feel like it would be destructive to be like completely real with you about how angry or frustrated or how much chaos they're truly feeling. Now, I feel intuitively you are connecting with this person where you may be seeing beyond the veil, I suppose. And you're in a space this week where you are showing them a lot of compassion. Okay, you may be asking for forgiveness, even something like that. On a personal level, if you're not dealing with anyone specifically, you may have realized, okay, something isn't working out. You're giving yourself grace. You are in a space of trying to avoid seeping down deeper into that pit. Like maybe you're realizing, okay, this side gig is not working, or me trying to make it work with this person isn't working, or something like that. And I feel like you're not allowing yourself to get worked up about it. Like you're at peace with the process. You know, again, this kind of gives me like spa vibes. Okay, you're going to the spa, or you're kind of creating your own self-made spa, where you're loving yourself, you're being patient with yourself, you're trusting the process, you're trusting what's not for you is gonna filter off itself. It's like there's an element of trust here that you have. However, you may feel, you know, you may be being real with yourself when it comes to, okay, I should no longer wait on this or try for this. And instead, I'm going to catch myself before I get too deep into that and get back into my power. Even if you are waiting on love, right, or a specific person, you're realizing I'm getting in the deep here. I'm going to catch myself before I fall completely and go have a bath and get my fucking Beyonce on. Okay, something like that. I don't know. You're catching yourself before you fall. And what's sad is if you're connecting to another person, this person feels like they have to monitor themselves or how they express themselves, or it will cause them to fall somehow. I don't know, that sounds really odd. I don't know how to explain that. Like they feel like they can't get too deep into an emotion with you, or it would sabotage themselves, or it would cause chaos or upheaval. So there's honesty in a very short-term focused way, to the point way. So, but on a personal level, you are getting back into your power. You're kind of accepting your losses when it comes to failed attempts or what you're no longer waiting for. You're kind of having a spa week, or like a self-love week, or just, you know, enjoying your coffee, enjoying the little things, connecting with God, connecting with yourself. That's ultimately how we connect with God, kind of like having a deeper motive and intention behind everything we do, and having an intention behind drinking our coffee and the energy we're in, making sure, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to wake up a little bit early so I can enjoy my coffee. I'm going to do this because I know it will impact my energy in a certain way, and that's how we manifest, you know what I mean? You know, being the magician, knowing what influences your energy, knowing what you can do to avoid a disaster, accepting your losses and no longer waiting on what's not working. Camel. We have persevere and you will overcome any problems. I mean, I feel like you're actively persevering through faith, or through yourself, through faith in yourself. Some of you guys are betting on yourself. You're heavily betting on yourself when it comes to, okay, I just got to get into this right energy. Fuck, and we're solid. Some of you are betting on yourself when it comes to you. And it's spiritual, or it's energetic, or you know what you need to do to rejuvenate yourself. Self-rejuvenation, the star. Also the sun, your happiness and well-being. Some of you guys will be receiving good news. We have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that will assure success. Some of you guys are like manifestors, right? Or you're just, you know, children of God, you know, spiritual beings, whatever you want to call it. You just know how to connect with yourself. You know what energy you need to be in, and you know that's where the gold is, and that's what you're doing this week. You're kind of coming back and getting into the right energy, okay, to avoid disaster, accepting your losses. Some of you guys are doing things differently. Seven of Swords in reverse can be like with new information, right, comes new processes. So some of you guys, you're just kind of divert, or you're returning to something, but you're doing it differently, okay? And you're energetically rejuvenating yourself to do that. One more for Scorpio. So persevere and you will overcome problems. Some of you guys, you're coming across the problem, but you're like avoiding bitching about it, or someone has a problem with you, but you're avoiding playing victim about it. You're just allowing that to flow, okay? Okay, it could be about your career. We have career. So, I mean, I need one more. That's too big. One more for Scorpio. Oh my goodness. One more for Scorpio. Anything Scorpio needs to know? Finding a successful outcome to your problem. So, key. Some of you have the key for someone else. Some of you may have the key for someone else's problem, or you are finding a successful outcome to your problem. Okay? So you are going to receive good news. I'm not really a law of assumption type of person, but it does remind me of like the law of assumption. It's like, you know, okay, I just got to do this, that, and the third. Energetically, I mean, for those that live by faith or by energy, it's like that is kind of like the law of assumption to an extent, but not in the way that this, you know, the new age law of assumption is created. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius? What do we have for Sagittarius? What can Sagittarius expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. What can Sagittarius expect this week? Two more shuffles. Thank you, Ambassador Scorpio. You're always on. I love saying your name, but you're welcome. Ooh, nice. That's powerful. Overall energy for you, Sagittarius, Magician with the Knight of Pentacles. 10 of Cups in reverse, though. Hermit in reverse. So, a lot of you may be withdrawing from family matters, or you're withdrawing from something that you perceive to be dysfunctional, or you're withdrawing from situations that are creating some sense of unhappiness, whether that's through family members or whether that's through just other situations that you feel are creating some sense of unhappiness. Now, you are in a space of kind of having a whiteboard moment this week where, you know, you're willing to take precautions, and you're willing to put in the work and take a more practical, it's like you're being more methodical in your approach, okay? You're being more methodical in your approach when it comes to what you invest your energy into. I have to clarify that. But yeah, there's something here you're investing into, or you're kind of like, Knight of Pentacles is like Virgo energy. It's like you're creating a routine, regime. This is like making out a plan, creating a plan, routine, a schedule. Some of you may be literally unhappy with your schedule, and you're redoing it, or it's like you're trying to redo it, or I don't know, something like that. 2 of Swords, 8 of Wands, Page of Swords. Okay, I like that. Okay. So I'll read it on an individual level and if you're dealing with someone else as well. But if you're dealing with someone else, there is someone that is a little bit hesitant, or it's like they're unsure. They feel like they need to make a decision here. They're communicating their thoughts. Someone is communicating their thoughts to you surrounding a decision they're unsure about. What's that Two of Swords? What's the decision? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a very mundane type of reading. I'll read it on a personal level too. But if you're dealing with another person, there's someone that is, you know, saying, hey, I need to do this. I need to take care of that. I need to take care of this. Or I want you to take care of this. I want you to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Someone here is a little bit stuck and they need your opinion, okay? Or they're communicating their thoughts. You know, they may be communicating news they heard, like, okay, you know, I won't be able to come visit you, or I have to cancel my flight because of this. Like, someone is basically communicating their thoughts. It has to do with mundane or practical day-to-day responsibilities. And yeah, they're a little bit unsure. Can you handle that? Okay. Or they're communicating even something they see. Maybe they're communicating an idea for you, like, oh, that would be good for you. Can you handle that? Okay. So if you're dealing with a person, it does seem quite to the point, like someone is communicating their thoughts about you taking care of something, or they want to tend to something or take care of something, but they don't want to act too impulsively. Or are you okay with that? Are you okay? Are you okay with this? Okay, they're really just getting your thoughts. And give me one more on the Page of Swords. The Two of Wands. Are you okay with this partnership? You know, for some of you, maybe it's a partner that's wanting to do some type of partnership and they're asking you your thoughts on it. Or could be a partner. For some of you, this is going to sound really corny, but if you're not in a relationship, this could be someone that is communicating their interest in a partnership and they want your thoughts. Are you open for a relationship right now? Are you know what I mean? Do you even want a relationship? For some of you, someone is just communicating their thoughts about wanting a relationship or a partnership with you, but they're a little bit on the fence about where you stand. Okay. You know, you guys know I can go in the deep on every storyline, but we're going to keep it at that. And you're in a space of being interested. I don't know. I feel like you're interested, but you do see it. And why is that 10 of Cups in reverse there? The King of Pentacles. Okay, I like that. You guys are on the same page. If you guys are in a relationship, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, yeah, King of Pentacles is saying, I got this. Oh, you're unhappy, or this is something that you feel dysfunctional. Yeah, I got this. I will support this, whether you are the king or your person's the king. And it has you interested. Someone is taking care of business associated with someone's unhappiness. Okay, sorry, I'm having a hard time talking. Someone is taking care of business when it comes to your unhappiness, or you're taking care of business when it comes to someone else's unhappiness around some type of dysfunction within a relationship. So someone is recognizing, okay, this is dysfunctional, or this doesn't make me happy, or your in-laws, or whatever. Someone is taking care of it, okay? Or this, you know, whatever. Something is making someone unhappy or creating dysfunction, but the two of you seem to be actively being a pretty solid, it's like you're being a team. Okay, I got this. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do that. Yeah, sure. You want to move this way? Yeah. If it's a new person, you're in a space of someone is taking care of aspects where you feel unhappy, and it's like, okay, no, I can take care of that. That's fine. If that bothers you, yeah, but I'm definitely interested in a partnership with you, something like that. Okay? So it's kind of like looking at each other's schedules, or you're looking at the more mundane things in life and saying, is this practical? Is this realistic? Okay? And there seems to be a lot of, like, not deep conversation, but practical conversation, you know, communicating each other's thoughts around the future. Two of Wands can talk about actively just planning a future or thinking about the future, and what would need to happen in order to create that future, etc. So, okay. Now, it doesn't have to be an intimate thing. It could be a business partnership as well, or, even talking to a friend or someone, just actively getting on the same page to make a potential outcome happen, and acknowledging where the dysfunction is or unhappiness is, and again, making a plan. I like it. It's practical. It's very, very serious. You're being very earthy, okay? Both of you, if you're dealing with another person. Now, if this is more of an individual thing, this is just you doing this for yourself. Recognizing, okay, this is what I want for myself. This is where I'm unhappy. This is dysfunctional. My routine, my current routine and regime or work is not making me happy, or there's something dysfunctional with the schedule. Let me use my influence to make changes here. And you could be communicating your thoughts to necessary people, bosses, or whoever, or you are just applying your own thoughts by creating action or taking action and going out of your norm, okay, or getting out of your comfort zone when it comes to your day-to-day routine. And again, the Knight of Pentacles is like whiteboard moment, routine, regimes, re-strategizing, being open and willing to put in the work to really get the best out of your energy, right? You're using your influence maybe in a different way, or you're using a skill, talent, ability. You're just being smart in order to take care of your own business or your money matters, or to just get the most out of you and what you're wanting for your practical goals, your money goals, how you want to be perceived, you know. Some of you may even be considering your image or how you want people to see you, whatever it may be. But like money's on the mind, or stability's on your mind, responsibilities are on your mind. Even if this is new love, you're talking with one another about the more practical things, about work, kids, you know, how the two of you are going to see each other, you know, is a relationship possible? It's very, very grounded, in the most grounded reading I think I've ever had for Sagittarius. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, just communicating your thoughts with one another. I like it. It's productive. And by the way, with the Eight of Wands is saying something is going to take off, okay? Things are going to happen. So it's not just like shooting the shit with someone. Like something here is going to take off pretty quickly. When some type of new routine regime, or when things are talked about, when things are applied. What am I doing? That's not the right deck. So you could be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini. It could be any sign as far as elements go. We have lots of earth. We have March. So March, I don't know, that may be significant for you. So giving or receiving a precious gift. We have Diamond. Some of you got someone proposing. The Knight of Pentacles can propose. Maybe you're proposing, or you're being proposed to. Either way, that's a possibility too. We have Rooster. Everybody's getting this one tonight. I'm sorry, it's such a negative card. But we have arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. A few other people had that. I'm going to clarify that for you just because I'm not seeing anything like that. We have money. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. You're going to find it. You're on the map. Funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Okay, so a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned. What's that Rooster? Why that arrogant, boastful person? The Judgment. For some of you, there's just a hard judgment call being made about something that needs your attention, right? The Judgment, okay, you all need to come together. It needs your attention. I mean, this could be a partner being very arrogant, like, this needs your attention. Or you're receiving a phone call, this needs your attention. Something needs your attention, a phone call, a judge. There could be a literal judge. You know what I mean? Either way, you seem to be taking a very... It's like you're dealing with something in a very practical way, and it's going to bring good news. Okay, give me one more on that Rooster. Yeah, the Moon in reverse. So I feel like someone's just being very transparent when it comes to Moon in reverse can be like a tough pill to swallow, a disillusionment type of situation, or something where it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? So for some of you, it's just a situation where it's like you're a little bit disillusioned, but it's also an opportunity. The Judgment card is the three sides involved, right? Their story, your story, and the potential solution, right? Or you, the issue, and what you can do to resolve that issue, right? That's the Judgment, taking full accountability, using your awareness, not trying to blame anything. It's just using your awareness to seize opportunities to fix it, surrounding something that's a bit of a disappointment or a disillusionment type of situation, a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Okay. The universe is calling you. Okay. We have an opportunity. We know how you can deal with it. Are you going to take it? Okay. And I feel like you are. Okay. I feel like you're doing whatever you need to do. You're taking yourself pretty seriously, or you're taking a situation pretty seriously. And I mean, for some of you, it's just a lover or a friend that's saying, yeah, I'm willing to be business partners with you, or yeah, I'm willing to be in a relationship with you, but this needs to be dealt with, you know what I mean? Or something. Like, it's just something that's being made known very clearly. But the good news is you have opportunity with that Judgment to resolve it, okay? All right, Capricorn. Thank you, Femme Gem Jewel Jen. Thank you. Terror of the Fallen Star, Aquarius. All right, what do we have for Capricorn? Universe, spirits, and guides. What messages do we have for Capricorn? What messages do we have for Capricorn? One more. You guys have the full moon coming up in your sign. All eyes on me. 3 shuffles. Not me. That was singing the song All Eyes on Me. One more. All right, overall energy for you, Capricorn. Damn, that's solid. Strength and the Queen of Swords. So you and the 7 of Pentacles, you know where your head is at. This is you knowing where your head is at, knowing where your focus is at. The 7 of Pentacles, finishing what you started. Some of you guys are, looking at your investments and acknowledging, is this worth my time? Yes, it's worth my time. Why? Because I'm receiving some type of return. A lot of you guys are receiving a return for your efforts, whether your efforts are just being focused and head to the grind, or whether your efforts are being fair with someone, being reasonable with someone, maybe having an honest conversation with someone. I feel like you're receiving a return for your efforts, and it's bringing you the ability to conclude what deserves your attention. It's almost like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this, or I'm going to keep this person in my life, or I'm going to keep investing into this job or doing things this way because it's working, okay? Because it just makes sense. Everything is making sense. So I feel like you're feeling quite confident in yourself because things are starting to pay off, literally. Like, some of you guys are literally receiving money, or you're able to pay things off, or, things that you've been waiting on are coming through. And it's good. Yeah. Some of you guys something is paying off when it comes to you suppressing your anger, or if there was something that had you pissed, where it tempted you to be malicious in a situation and you chose to hold back, you're receiving some type of like payout energetically, or I don't know. There's something here where I don't know, some of you guys may be receiving money to keep silent. That's very specific, and obviously not all of you, but some of you, that I'm getting that. So 2 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, and the 5 of Cups. Yes. So for some of you, Capricorn, this is more someone feeling left out of your success, okay? So I'll read it on an individual level and on if you're dealing with someone. So just keep that in mind. But if you're dealing with someone, Capricorn, someone does feel sorry. They feel regretful. They feel the loss of you. They feel unwelcomed. Okay? They feel like you are no longer prioritizing them. You are no longer catering to them. You are no longer even considering them when it comes to how cold you're coming off. Someone's feeling unwelcome. They feel like you're doing everything privately, potentially, or they just feel the loss of you, and there's likely an apology coming in from someone. I don't feel like it's a very fruitful apology, though, okay? I feel like it's a bit weak. And the only reason I say that is because it's almost like this person, all they know is they feel left out of something you got going on. They feel left out of something you got going on. I mean, give me one more than the Five of Cups. Okay, King of Cups. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt with the Three of Swords in reverse. For some of you, someone is asking for forgiveness for sharing something personal, or asking for forgiveness when it comes to a third-party type of situation. Someone is wanting to heal something with you. This could be a father that is wanting to heal something with you too, or someone that is wanting to heal some type of deep-rooted, painful situation with you. They miss you. The Four of Wands in reverse can be someone that feels homesick, and they feel unwelcome into your life, really. And there's an apology coming through. So, and honestly, whoever this person is, I do see you at least biting your tongue. I can't tell what is Capricorn, if this is a person Capricorn is dealing with, what is Capricorn, how is Capricorn going to react to this specific person? The Ace of Swords. Well, I feel like you're going to have some type of breakthrough when it comes to communication with this person. There's a new seed being planted when it comes to communication. However, you are going to still remain quite detached. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. Okay. I feel like you're here for it. You're accepting an offer. Some of you guys are literally accepting an offer. This is how you're going to respond. You are accepting an offer of forgiveness, or if you are realizing the truth about something, realizing the truth about love, something is mutual. And it's like you're being fair because you understand someone's value. But also on a personal level, some of you guys may be holding more space for someone, especially with the Strength, because things are working out so well for you on a personal level, where things are making sense for you right now. Because sometimes when our life is an absolute mess, it's really hard to say, okay, let's think about my love life for a minute. Okay, it's very hard to do that. So I feel like things are a little bit more clear for you, where now you and someone else are having a very clear conversation, and you're reacting to it in a very open way. You're accepting some type of you're accepting someone's love offer or apology, and it's paying off pretty well for you. So someone's apologizing. Now, if this is more of a personal thing where nobody specific is involved, Capricorn, again, this is you understanding where your head is at, concluding that, okay, I feel happy of my past investments, things are paying off. These past investments could have been derived from some type of financial disaster, a lack of opportunity when it comes to places to live, or a lack of opportunity, or there could have been some type of loss. You could have found yourself focusing on the negatives of your town, of a community you were a part of. There could have been some type of financial mess or disorganization that maybe had you focusing on the negatives about moving on to new things. Let's just put it this way. But it's like something here is becoming clear. You're concluding that, though. The Strength card ultimately is like, okay, you're concluding something because you've gained the strength to conquer all those obstacles. You pulled it together and you bit your tongue to anything that was just whatever, or anything that was just nonsense for a period of time. And because of that, you manifested some type of return that now is giving you more wiggle room, I suppose, or support. It's now giving you more the ability to make different decisions or better decisions as well. And again, this all could have been derived from, a very unhappy or discontent family situation or trauma, Five of Cups, Four of Wands in reverse. Maybe you found yourself in the past longing for family or being homesick, or focusing on the negatives of an unhappy family, or focusing on the negatives of lacking a place to live or lack of opportunity, where eventually you got to a point where you concluded that type of vibe by focusing on better investments, and it's paying off for you this week. So, I mean, give me one more than that. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. A lot of you guys are putting the nail in the coffin with the 5 of Wands in reverse. It's like you're finding solution to your own coping mechanisms, okay? This is you. Something is paying off when it comes to you finding solution around your own coping mechanisms. The 10 of Swords can talk about where we have a hard time coping, where we can find ourselves escaping, how we escape, what our escapism tendencies tend to be when we feel sadness, trauma, longing for something we can't have, or missing someone, or whatever. It's like recognizing where you may have recognized what your coping mechanisms were, and you found solution toward that, okay? Also, your hard work is paying off when it comes to putting the nail in the coffin to situations that caused a lot of inner conflict, especially when it comes to family confrontations or family dramas or things like that. So also, you're receiving a return when it comes to someone surrendering because they realized they lost the war, or they realized like you're kind of over their nonsense, and it has someone surrendering to a situation, trying to compromise or clear the air with you. I don't know, everything is going really well, really. And on a personal level, you concluded something by making a final decision to embrace self-love. So if this is more personal, you've concluded something by making a final decision or making hard cuts, being the CEO of your life, and embrace self-love. Some of you went through with some type of surgery and it's paying off for you. So for those of you that, had some type of operation, or you gained the strength to have some type of operation, and it was like an act of self-love where you did it for you, whatever, or you received support to have some type of operation of some sort, it's paying off for you. So, but I don't know why someone would have a hard time coping with that. So I don't know, but feeling unwelcome. Some of you guys may have been feeling unwelcomed about something. Anyway, something is paying off really well for you. Okay, we're just going to shut up. Let's get you some cards. Yeah, a lot of you guys have a King of Cups that is surrendering, clearing the air, and you're open to it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What's that song? Oh, shit. No, I don't know. Turn it down for what? That's what it is. Oh, shit. Turn it down for what? Okay. Turn it down for what? Okay. Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life. So, wheel, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So some of you guys may have learned some type of lesson when it comes to allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. There could have been, the wheel is like, to me, like the Wheel of Fortune, where it's like lessons learned, a change in direction, lessons learned when it comes to allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So there's been a lot of deep spiritual development happening for you. And we also have Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. That's practical. I like it. Slowly but surely getting ahead. Let's give you 2 more for Capricorn, since I gave everybody else about 5, I think. We have Whale. Great worry over nothing. Bell, an announcement. I mean, what's the announcement? Stop leading us on. What's the announcement? The Justice card. So there could be an announcement that is going to give you the truth on something, or around some type of decision. Some of you, for some of you, you had a lot of worry because there was an announcement, or you realized, or there's some type of like metaphorical bell that made you realize, some type of final decision. It's like legalities of things, or it's kind of written as it's like something is as it is written. There's nothing you can do about it. And you may have had a lot of stress over paperwork, you know, relationships you've had, you know, with institutions that, okay, it is what it is, this is what needs to be done. And you may have been worrying over nothing. Something here is paying off really well, or everything is working out in your favor. But there could have been an announcement about legalities, marriage, anything law related, and it's like you've been worrying over nothing. I don't know, but you're getting ahead here. Something is paying off. Okay, moving on. You could be dealing with the Libra. We have Libra and Leo. Now keep in mind throughout my readings, you can reverse the roles if you need to, or put yourself wherever you need to put you. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Understanding the truth of a situation may suck. Take it easy. All right, what do we have for Aquarius? What can Aquarius expect this week? 4 shuffles. What can Aquarius expect? 2 more this week. Three shuffles. Overall energy, Queen of Cups with the Fool, Queen of Wands. Damn, okay. Passionate. All right, so you are kind of taking a leap of faith here in a direction that has you, you know, supporting a friend or showing up for a friend, or you're taking a leap of faith when it comes to your own passion, something you're leading. This could be a business. This could be, you know, we're going to clarify that, but Queen of Wands. So there seems to be a friend here, Aquarius. Now, you could be the friend or you have a friend. I don't know who's who, okay? But I do feel like you have a friend here that's taking a leap of faith to show their support. Someone is showing their support. Someone is very protective over you, or someone is very passionate about you, or someone is being very friendly with you. I do feel like it's same sex, okay? So I don't really feel like it's an intimate thing. Or some of you are empowering women, or you're taking a leap of faith to empower women. Or if you're a man, it's just the energy, okay? It is the energy, so I apologize. So I feel like you're taking a leap of faith to empower women or empower people from a more caring, compassionate, empathetic place in regards to what needs to be done, how things need to be doing. The Queen of Wands is great at taking a more serious and assertive approach when it comes to helping people or giving advice. But she's not gonna play you for a fool, okay? Like someone is taking a fresh start or taking a leap of faith to giving you advice, or you're doing this to someone else. This Queen of Wands is giving advice, being very direct, saying this is what needs to happen. You deserve better. You know, you're overlooking too much here, or you need to start caring about this. Like this is someone that's like, you need to start caring about this. or you're leading a group of women. This could be like a business thing, or maybe this is you doing this for yourself, like talking to yourself, like I need to start caring about this. Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So there is talk. It's like you're talking with someone. Someone is someone's inspired to express their thoughts to you, okay, or you're doing this to someone else. I don't know who's who. We got two queens here, or you're masculine and you're feminine. I don't know. We're not going to get lost in that. But I feel like someone is inspired to express their thoughts. Like, you need to start caring about this, Aquarius. Or again, you could be doing this to someone else. I'm just reading how I feel initially, okay? It's like you... And I feel like this means something to you. Like, someone expressing something in a very direct, no bullshit way is meaning something to you this week. It's like you appreciate it. It's like, that's, man, I've been dealing with that. You're right, but I've been trying to keep it to, it's almost like someone, you have a friend that sees through a struggle you've been dealing with, and they're showing up for you in a very no bullshit way, no beating around the bush. Or again, you could be doing this to someone else, okay? So, okay. okay. Have you guys ever seen Lethal Weapon? Okay. Anyways, mind you, I've never seen a lot of movies, but I have seen Lethal Weapon a million times. All of them. But it's like, okay, sorry, I'm going to stop. But it's like, I feel like you have a friend that is inspired to express their thoughts about something they're noticing. They're noticing something, they're getting information on something, and they're coming from a very deeply caring place. And I feel like this is hitting you in the heart space. It's like you needed this, or if you're doing this to someone else, they needed this so much. They needed someone to understand or see. It's almost like when someone wants help, but they don't know how to ask for it, or when someone is having a hard time expressing their vulnerabilities. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when, even if it's a relationship, if someone needs a hug, but they're not directly going for a hug, they just want a hug, and when you hug them, it just feels so nice. It's like someone is offering you that support, or vice versa. And again, there's a strong friendship here between two queens that is beautiful, okay? It's creating fountains of inspiration and opportunity, and it's inspiring some type of action. Some of you are also taking initiative when it comes to leading something that is inspiring some type of action for someone else, maybe a fitness class, something like that. Some of you, Aquarius, already lead something, okay? You lead something. Maybe you have a social group, or there's something here you may lead where someone is becoming deeply inspired by something you're doing, or how you're advising them, or it's like you're becoming somewhat of a mentor to someone. Like, someone feels understood by something, inspired by you, and it's like they may be wanting to talk to you more. Like, maybe you teach even a knitting class, right? And someone is wanting to talk to you more. Because it's like they haven't knitted in so long, or whatever it may be. Page of Swords can be like small talk, sometimes in hopes to like communicate deeper thoughts or get more information, you know, but it's coming from a place of love, or it's coming from a place of like feeling inspired. It's like someone is inspired to express their thoughts, okay? Or someone, doing that to you, okay? Page of Swords, Seven of Cups, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So someone may be noticing, Aquarius, that you feel a bit overwhelmed emotionally, or you feel a bit overwhelmed when it comes to being able to tend to your day-to-day responsibilities, or just tend to your work, like someone may be noticing, or again, you're noticing this about someone else, okay? You can reverse this. I really don't know when. I usually read it feminine or masculine, but we got two solid queens here. Which again, it could be two men, it's just energy. So someone may be noticing that you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with either someone in your life being selfish, or you yourself having a hard time, keeping up with day-to-day responsibilities, money, or, you're trying to take care of everything, the kids, the bills and everything, but you're like struggling. So I don't know, someone may be speaking their thoughts about something. Also, Aquarius, some of you just have a friend that is speaking out because they feel like someone has manipulated them, or they feel like someone is manipulating you, okay? Like they're noticing someone becoming overwhelmed or confused. from some type of manipulation. And it's like they're speaking their thoughts on that. Like this could be a friend saying, no, no, like what? Like this could be a friend like noticing that you're being manipulated or whatever. So someone's overwhelmed. Someone's learning. I'm not sure what to do, Aquarius. Like, what are your thoughts about this? Or someone feels like you don't know what to do and they're speaking their thoughts about, you know, having a hard time keeping up with things. Someone else had a reading about communicating to someone their thoughts about day-to-day life responsibilities. I can't remember who it was, but that could be for you too. Like someone wants to know your thoughts. I'm having a hard time with this, or I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling insecure financially, or I'm feeling insecure in taking care of this. Okay, you got a friend standing up for you. So if you're dealing with someone else, I'll read this individually too, but if you're dealing with someone else, you have a friend that is taking a leap of faith because they're showing deep concern, or they're showing deep compassion even. It's like they're coming from a place of, I hear you. This week too, the highlight astrologically of the week was listening. This week, astrologically, it was very important to listen to people, okay? But anyways, I'm not an astrologer, but I pay attention, okay? But it's like, I feel like you may need to, I feel like someone's listening to you, okay? Or you're listening to someone else. You're showing up for someone. You're helping someone. It's inspiring some type of action where someone is communicating their thoughts on something that they perceive to be overwhelming the other. And it's like being a helpful friend, okay? But this is more of a personal thing, Aquarius. This is you giving yourself compassion and grace to take action on your own physical well-being, emotional well-being, energetic well-being. This is you kind of being a little bit more minimalistic in regards to what's necessary, what's not. You're wanting your freedom back. On an independent level, this is like wanting freedom, right? The Queen of Wands wants her freedom, or she maintains her freedom with her spiritual integrity, with her principles. You know, and she asserts herself in a way of like, I don't care. I love it. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop that. So like on a personal level, you may be kind of just reinforcing your own independence or minimalizing things a little bit. You're trusting your intuition when it comes to what needs to be let go of. The Fool doesn't represent minimalism, but I often think of the Fool as a minimalist because he has nothing on his back, right? But the stick and a little baggie. It's like a fresh start. So it's like you may be motivated to trust your intuition when it comes to needing a fresh start. To maybe you're just ready to have something new, whether that's pertaining to love. Maybe you're wanting to travel. Some of you are wanting to travel with a friend, or you're communicating your thoughts about traveling with a friend, but a friend seems to be a bit financially insecure. So you may be going it your own way kind of thing, or going on your own. Because there's a lot of inspiration here to travel or communicate thoughts around travel. But on a personal level, yeah, you're inspired to embrace self-love and use your head when it comes to where you yourself are overwhelming yourself emotionally, physically, or financially, all of that. Like this is you using your head when it comes to where you are overwhelming yourself and wanting to kind of drop things that don't fit and give yourself grace, compassion, and prioritize yourself. Really, it's a matter of self-respect, really. So some of you guys could be, you know, making a fresh start too when it comes to your physical appearance or something like this. But I feel like it's more like minimalistic. Like, I want to go on a trip, like calling up your friend. I want to go on a trip. I want to travel. I want to come see you. Oh, well, I don't know. I got to work this week. I got to work that week. Okay, well, I just want to do something. Okay, I found this guy I was talking to. Like, it's just a fun week for you. It is fun. And we start off with something like leading something. Some of you too, specifically, like you are going to become best friends with someone, or you're going to develop a strong friendship with someone that you share principles with, or you are mutually like maybe you have led someone, or someone is leading you. Like I said, maybe you meet at a fitness class, or you're teaching something and you become best friends with someone at that class, I'm getting. And it's like getting to know each other. someone's feeling a bit overwhelmed or limited because of financial limitations, but it's still like a fun time, a fun conversation, talking about plans. I don't know, but I do feel like a friendship is being made for you, Aquarius. Or you yourself are just in a spontaneous energy where you're wanting a fresh start and you're wanting to rebuild yourself in a way that is making you feel less weighed down. Okay, I feel like you don't want to be weighed down. For some of you, it's because you're overwhelmed financially and you're using your head when it comes to that. I feel like we keep coming back to that. So it's almost like sometimes people's focus is always making more money, more money, more money, when sometimes you just gotta just, you know what I mean? Just live within your means a little bit more. Not that that's always a solution, but like that's kind of like an example. Let's see. We have marriage. Okay. Okay, a few more. I don't know what that's about. Some of you, this is a same-sex marriage. I'm just going to throw that out there for some of you. It could be a same-sex new beginning. So we have skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. So energetically, of course, is like suppression or suppressing things within us can harm us over time. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. A hand in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So I feel like someone has their hand up. Someone's in need of help, assistance, or guidance. So I feel like you're helping someone or someone's helping you. And honestly, the most difficult part of a situation is over. We have harp, great happiness. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Pertaining to the King of Cups. So it's like being able to give your full support to those or things or creative endeavors that truly have your heart space. So something in the realm of like, the King of Cups is a man of his arts, okay? Or he's a man that's loving unconditionally. So a sincere wish will be granted when it comes to giving your love and support to something unconditionally, or when it comes to pursuing something that is ultimately a muse for you, or something you've always wanted to support. Maybe you've always wanted to lead something or lead this person or lead a group of people. So I don't know, a chain of events that will affect your life drastically. There you go. Chain of events that will affect your life drastically. All right. Hey, Pisces, I don't want to do this to you, but I have to smoke. I usually have this before Aquarius, and I skipped. Okay, but you could be dealing with an Aries. Very clear energy. Yeah, it could be a same-sex marriage too. Or someone's inspired to express their thoughts of like potentially. Maybe your best friends that fall in love. I don't know, man. I don't know. No more drama in our life. I think, now, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I feel like Chiron is in Taurus right now, is it not? And it has us all evaluating our self-worth in that area of our life, which I feel like a lot of the readings tonight were very grounded, most of them. So I don't know, is Chiron not an Aries? I don't know, or Taurus? Something about that. There's something about that. Yeah, the readings are pretty grounded tonight, I feel. What's going on with Taurus then? Is it Mars and Taurus? I don't know. I just remember listening to an astrologer spiel, and he was talking about like the next 6 weeks or so. It's going to be like heavy on evaluating who deserves us, our self-worth, our stability, something along those lines. Looking at the wounds in a grounded manner. Thank you guys for being on here. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I probably won't be on again till the weekend. Maybe I will be on again. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a quickie through tomorrow night or the next night. But I'll do like I'll do the loved ones on the weekend. Let's just put it that way. Or if I do quickies, I'll do the quickie who's coming towards you sometime this week. But I just wanted to get the general messages out. Let's get it. Cleaning house vibes across the board. Oh, and no, Chiron's not in Gemini. Eugene, I think you're thinking of Uranus. Uranus is in Gemini. I see everything. Rich Lop mentioned that the karmic energy is alive and active. Yeah. I don't know about that, but like probably like I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I watched, but I can't remember. Yeah, Rich Lop. I used to watch Rich Lop all the time, actually. He's a good reader. Just looked at the chart. Yeah, Chiron in Taurus. Yeah, it is Chiron. Anyway. I think I was watching Patrick Arundel. He was talking about it. The main astrologers I watch is Patrick Arundel and Donna Stellhorn. They both do dailies. Like Donna Stellhorn, she only does her dailies in the community, but Patrick Arundel does the short video dailies, and that just, it gives me something to watch, like when I'm having my coffee. So, just looked at the chart, and yeah, Chiron and Taurus, yeah. So yeah, we're all kind of like evaluating our self-worth, you know, having more confidence in our stability and self-worth, wherever we have Taurus at, really, in our houses. He's a good human, genuine dude. Absolutely. I used to watch him like, actually, I used to get personals from him like way back in the day before I started my channel. Him and Bayou Tarot, Shadow Bayou Tarot. She's still on, by the way. I actually think of her as like a little bit of a role model for me. Like, I think she's a wonderful soul. Who, Bethany and Becky? Bethany and Becky. Who's Bethany and Becky? I don't know. But Shadow Bayou Tarot. She's actually the one that like taught me, not like indirectly. She used to do videos on like dressing candles and stuff like that. She's so beautiful too. Like she's so beautiful. She's a queen. And she deserves more subscribers, so go follow her. Shadow Bayou Tarot. Maybe I should put her in here. I'll type it out because it's spelled kind of funny. I don't even remember how to type it half the time, but this should be think that's how you spell it. I think, but it should come out. All right, Pisces, let's move on. I'm going to stop laddy-dagging. All right. What do we have for Pisces? Passed away friend here for someone. What do we have for Pisces, universe, spirits, and guides? Yeah, that's how you spell it. I just love her personality. I just love her. She's so unbothered. She's so, I don't know. I think she's great. And I love her whole living room. It's such a vibe. Like, that's my vibe. That's my, like, dream living room. It's like a perfect vibe, perfect lighting. I don't know, everything about her. I think she's great. All right, what do we have for Pisces? Clear the energy. 4 shuffles. What can Pisces expect this week? Two more. What can Pisces expect this week? Universe, spirits, and guides. 3 shuffles. All right. Overall energy for you, Pisces. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse. So you are, I'll read it on a personal level and if you're dealing with someone, but on a personal level, you are taking a practical approach by setting new goals when it comes to some type of insecurity you have or wish unfulfillment, or you're kind of planning to offload the burden of something that you find to be not your wish fulfillment, okay, or not something you desire. So you're actively making, you're actively setting goals or creating a plan. It's like you're being a bit more, the Page of Pentacles can be like a thrifty type of energy where you're like, okay, I'm going to work this many more hours or something of that nature. It's like you're actively trying to set out a plan to obtain something. The Page of Pentacles can be more short-term focused, but is still setting out goals, is still, you know, taking a practical approach, being open to learn, being open to, I don't know. It does kind of feel like some of you guys may have received some type of sum of money, or some of you guys may have received some type of good news around money. And that little bit of help, that little bit of support. Now, the Page of Pentacles can be a little bit, or it's a seed, right? It's like, here's some, if you want more, you can keep on working, or you can keep on doing this, or something like that. Like, there is some type of like, I want to say a lot of you guys are like receiving some type of like sum of money, or you're receiving an opportunity to follow through with some type of plan. And this opportunity is going to give you the ability to offload something that you perceive to be not your wish fulfillment. Because Page of Pentacles, yeah, it's like taking a grounded approach when it comes to what you no longer want to work for, what you no longer want to do. It's like there is an energy of wanting to offload the burden of something. So you're making a plan. Ace of Swords in reverse, 2 of Swords, High Priestess in reverse. So on a personal level, Pisces, if this is more personal, there has been something that you've been kind of keeping to yourself. You've been in your head. I don't know, there's been some type of tension for you mentally, or tension for you in a situation that you've been kind of keeping to yourself, not really sure, or lacking ideas, or feeling like you're lacking the ability to make any type of final decision. It's almost like saying, I want to move, but I don't have the money to move, or I want to do this, or I want to offload the burden of some type of codependent situation, but I don't have the money to, or something like that. Like, there's something that's like, I want to do this, but I'm unable to make a decision. And it's created some type of tension, or it's created you for a period of time to continuously suppress your own desires in a situation, or for yourself. However, this week, I do feel like you're at least receiving like some money, or you're receiving an opportunity to lay down some goals or set a plan for yourself that's going to set you up for success. Without sounding completely cheesy, something is going to set you up for success. Okay? Yeah, you're being set up for success. Or you think you're setting yourself up for success. It's like, if I do this. Now, the Page of Pentacles, you know, he's still kind of like in student mode, right? You still need to put in the work, or you still need to, you know, learn some things or actively set a plan. But on a personal level, this is you this week actively creating a plan so you can offload something that you perceive to be something that you do not desire. Something could be burning you out too. And again, it could be paying off. Give me one more on the Page of Pentacles. I don't know if that's like, yeah, the Moon in reverse. Well, I feel like you're being real with yourself on an emotional level. You are taking a practical approach to where you need to kind of keep up appearances for a period of time. But again, it does feel more like you on a personal level just setting a plan for yourself because you don't want something. There's something you're that's not a wish fulfillment, or you're finding someone to be quite needy, okay? You don't want to deal with it anymore. Maybe your employer is needy, I don't know, but it's created some tension, whatever this is. It's creating tension for you, and it's causing you to want to set a plan. It's very, it's not basic, but it's very, you know, mundane or something like that, okay? If you're dealing with someone else, Pisces, if you're dealing with someone else, this is a little bit of an awkward situation, okay? This is like an elephant in the room situation, because someone is wanting to resolve things with you. However, I feel like, I know this is going to sound weird, but I feel like someone is unsure about what you know about them, okay? Because we have the High Priestess in reverse, Moon in reverse, Page of Pentacles. Someone's being very practical. What do you know? What do you know about me? Or what do you know? What do you know? How much do you know? Like for some of you, this is just an employer that is interested. They're seeing you as, you know, they're seeing you as an ideal employee for their company, and they're talking to you, they're on the phone with you. We just want to know what your skills are. What do you know? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that? Okay, because they're a little bit unsure here. What do you know? If this is more love related, someone is wanting to make plans with you or fix something between the two of you that at one point may have been a bit of a highly disappointing situation, but they're approaching you a little bit manipulative, because it's almost like their desire with you is completely based off of how much you know about them. It's almost like someone feels like they have a little bit of dirt in their booty, okay? Dirt in their... No, that's not it. Someone feels like... I feel like there's a saying for that. But someone feels like they done some stupid things, and it's created some tension between the two of you, and someone is taking a practical approach, being thrifty in their approach, like trying to take like a thrifty approach, like communicating with you by chance or something like that, and see, what do you know? What will you unveil? Or even maybe it's just not about what you know about them, but maybe trying to get your desires on them. How do you feel about them? Okay, so if you're dealing with a person, it is a little bit awkward. It's not direct at all. But if it's a past person, it's someone that wants to have a truce with you, but they don't know how you feel about them, or they don't know what you know about them. So whatever that is about. Okay, it's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. If you're looking for a direct approach, I don't see this person doing it to you. They're gonna take a thrifty approach, like show up somewhere they know you're gonna be and run into you by chance and see how you react, okay? Or they're gonna communicate with you in a practical way, like, oh, I seen you were looking for this. Oh, you know, here's an opportunity right here, you know? And they're gonna see what that unveils within you, because they don't know. They don't know. All they know is they want to have a truce with you, but they feel unable to make that decision because they don't know what you know, or they don't know how you feel. So it is a little bit manipulative. Are their intentions bad? Not necessarily. But if it is dealing with a person, this is someone that has disappointed you in the past. Okay? Or if it's a brand new person, it's someone that you may perceive to be very needy. But I feel like it's a past person mainly because it's someone that wants to have a truce with you, but they're not sure how to do that because there's some awkward tension now created between the two of you, and they don't know how you feel. Okay? And for some of you, like I said, this is a job opportunity where you may have a bit of an awkward conversation with someone, or a boss or something, or an owner of something, and they're not sure. It's like, we're not sure, we'll get back to you. And it may be a little bit disappointing because it's like, I was hoping to find out today. But they want to know what you know, and then they'll get back to you. So a bit of smoke and mirrors going on for you guys. On a personal level, things are grounded. Okay, you are actively taking steps needed to manage your own insecurities you have that make you feel unable to go at things in the way you want. When it comes to other people, it's a bit awkward, okay? I mean, what else can I clarify here? Well, they don't know. Okay, High Priestess in reverse. I mean, why so much tension? Hermit in reverse. Well, someone could just be paranoid, really. Or they got a stick up their ass kind of thing. Or someone's just unnecessarily like, or someone tends to withdraw themselves from a situation. It makes someone unsure about what's really going on. One more. And the Knight of Swords in reverse. So there's someone with an inferiority complex, either because they were the Knight of Swords in reverse is actually a criminal. So if you have dealt with a criminal, or someone thinks you're a criminal, you know what I mean? Someone may be a little bit paranoid about that. Or someone has an inferiority complex in general. So they're kind of going with the flow, following your lead. But again, they're following your lead because they're paranoid, or it's like, why are you so withdrawn? Or they have been withdrawn because they feel this tension and they fear, or they're unsure if certain secrets came to the surface. So it kind of makes me feel like someone wants to have a truce with you that at one point was an enemy. Now, mind you, this does not have to be love, okay? Related, this could be a sibling, this could be a friend. It does feel like maybe someone was running their mouth. The Knight of Swords in reverse tends to fucking run their mouth. And they may have ignored the facts when they were running their mouth, literally. And they're unsure if those secrets came to the surface. And now they're kind of coming back around and feeling a bit insecure, wanting to have a truce with you, but they don't know if you know they were talking shit. I'm not saying they have bad intentions. Sometimes people do really regret it, but the fact that they're not taking accountability, you know what I mean? It just makes things more complicated. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, but like, whatever. I mean, how does Pisces perceive this person? Let's get in the Queen of Wands. Now, maybe this person is the one that is unsure if you were talking shit. Well, I mean, Queen of Wands, Page of Cups. Oh, okay. So you're going to perceive this to be someone that's a friend, or someone that is taking action to apologize or express their admiration to you. So you perceive this to be someone that either low-key admires you. You may see them as someone that doesn't really show too much weakness. They're very confident. You may see this as someone that is actively or taking action to apologize, express admiration. Well, how does this person see Pisces? And maybe you are the one that we're talking shit and they don't know. Maybe they're assuming, or I don't know. One more. How does this person see Pisces? The Judgment. Oh, see, they see you as aware. So no. This person is the one that is unsure about what you know or what you feel. So this person either sees you as an opportunity they don't want to lose out on, or they see you as someone very aware of everything. Okay? Or just very aware in general. You're someone that's very aware, awake. You have good discernment. They may see you seizing new opportunities, but you see them as a friend or someone that's being friendly. Okay, someone that's being friendly. One more, how does this person see Pisces? Five of Swords in reverse. See, they see you as someone that uncovered something. The Five of Swords in reverse can talk about uncovering a crime. Or uncovering something. It doesn't have to be a crime, okay? Just uncovering something. So, okay, they see you as someone that's uncovering something. You see them as a friend. You may see this as someone that's overly confident, like they look at you at that, like they look at that fish in the cup, like, haha, are you gonna hop out of there? Are you gonna hop out of there? I don't know. I don't get really bad vibes though. So maybe it's just a misunderstanding because you see them as a friend or someone that is a businesswoman or someone that's confident or a businessman or someone that, you know, is lighthearted, potentially doesn't really take you seriously. But overall, you see them as quite confident, and they see you as someone that's aware. You've discovered something, but you may be trying to avoid conflict. And this person's taking a practical approach to offload the responsibility of some type of past disappointment. They're unsure about what you know. And now there's tension created because you guys have been... someone's been avoiding. It does feel like someone, we don't have the Seven of Swords in reverse here, but it does feel like someone is kind of maneuvering with a guilty conscience or just with a conscience in general. I mean, even if it's a new person, they may have a conscience in general because they may see you as someone that's mentally defeated as well with your own awareness on a situation. And maybe they feel like you're not really in the mood to go party or have fun or something like that. So, what else? Is there anything else? No. I got nothing else. So you have someone that wants to have a truce with you, or they want to unveil their desires with you, but they're feeling kind of awkward. They're trying to go with the flow. They're a little bit nervous that you know something about them. But based off how you see them and how they view you, I mean, what's this person's true intentions, I guess? What's this person's true intentions with Pisces? Three of Wands in reverse and the Devil in reverse. So this person had some type of failed attempt in walking away or distancing themselves, and now they're trying to reassert control, okay? So this person may be... I feel like this person is this Three of Wands in reverse can talk about being very short-term focused, right? Having not a whole lot of expectations or not knowing what to expect. Where the Three of Wands upright is thinking long-term, having a long-term vision or expecting something long-term or making long-term plans, traveling, whatever it is, you know, having expectations, yes, but the Three of Wands in reverse, their intentions, I feel like they wasn't expecting something, or there was some type of failed attempt in walking away or distancing themselves, and now they're trying to reassert control or avoid personal sabotage or something like that. The Empress, Three of Pentacles. It's like they're trying to improve the nature of the two of your relationships, especially if you work with them. You don't have to, but it's like they're trying to show support. Trying to show support, or they're trying to receive support because they regret being disrespectful in the past. This person made a lot of poor choices and now they're trying to reassert control. Okay? Or even if it's a brand new person, this is someone that may not really want you to know things because they really have changed. Okay? People can change, believe it or not. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you should believe them just because they say they changed, but they may not want you to know certain things because they really feel like they're not that person anymore. So maybe they don't want to, I don't know. Let's get a couple cards here. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's get a few cards here for Pisces. A two-faced friend. What did I tell you, Pisces? We have Cat. A two-faced friend. But I kind of get like good vibes from this person. So I kind of get a little bit of good vibes. I just feel like this person lacks accountability, or like this person, I feel like they're just trying to avoid, I don't know, a two-faced friend. I don't know, but for some reason I still don't get the worst of vibes from this person. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. Involvement with the law. I'm telling you, are you guys dealing with a criminal? A smooth criminal? Someone doesn't want you to know they're in trouble with the law. Now, if this could be like seventh house energy. So if you're not actually dealing with a criminal, most of you aren't. This is like just like cause and effect. You know, this is like relationship issues or cause and effect type of situations that someone is trying to have triumph over. Maybe they were a two-faced friend. Reconciliation. We have pineapple, reconciliation. So, okay. Someone's going through a period of depression or ill health. Bull. Don't back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Broken bridge. An unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So I feel like someone had a period where they didn't back down, or they were like headstrong about something and it was unsuccessful and they broke some bridges. I don't know. I do feel like a two-faced friend is trying to reconcile with you though, for real, for real. And honestly, I don't fully feel like they learned their lesson, because the only reason their intentions is, well, a failed attempt has them trying to reassert control. I feel like you're dealing with a control freak. I feel like you're dealing with someone that just wants control. They feel like they don't have the upper hand anymore, or at all. Okay, or if this is more personal, Pisces, this is you realizing you're dealing with a two-faced friend, or someone that maybe you're realizing your own partner is a criminal, or maybe you're realizing your partner is a two-faced, or something like that. And it's like not something you're wanting to deal with anymore. And you may not need to, or maybe you shouldn't back down from opposition. But what's unsuccessful? What's the unsuccessful outcome to a problem? The Ten of Pentacles. Committing for superficial reasons is going to be unsuccessful. Or, Ten of Pentacles is unsuccessful. So if you're waiting on inheritance, that's for some of you, or if you're waiting on some type of windfall, that's going to be unsuccessful. Or at least an unsuccessful solution to a problem. Or committing for superficial reasons. I don't know. Y'all's reading was weird tonight. For some of you, this is a friend, and it's going to be unsuccessful to do business with that friend. You know what I mean? I mean, they always say business and relationships shouldn't mix. I mean, to some degree, right? As long as you're not stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I think it can work. You know what I mean? As long as you have like proper, you know what's yours. It's all that kind of thing. But anyway. Worst friend is someone who tells their boyfriend everything you say. You know, it's funny because I don't have any friends. So when astrologers say, oh, there's going to be an issue with your friend, or if anything around friends come up, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm safe. For real, for real. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I actually do get happy. When there's like negative news about astrology in relation to friends, I'm like, oh, well, I don't have friends. One day I will though, for real, for real. But I don't know. I haven't had a friend issue in over a decade. So I haven't had a friend, like a close friend, in a long time. So she's 100% total control freak. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for popping on. I will see you more this week. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and all the best. I got to go to bed. She was a good friend over done with gone. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you guys another day. Bye.